Oh, it's at 200 right now.
Yeah. Oh, no, I've seen this.
Yeah. Six.
We're supposed to talk, right?
Hey,
You can do whatever you want.
you don't have to. Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
So my favorite war story I've heard was like, my buddy was like, I had to call in an air support, and they dropped a 800-pound bomb on one guy, and the guy on the radio goes, "Did he die?"
My goodness. Mine are more like about Thailand. But like, not that way.
Wow, wow. Yo, what the fuck's up? Welcome to another episode of HMHD Heavy Music Heavy Dads Podcast. As always, I am RJ.
Oh wait, no, back to me again. I'm Drew.
And behind the booth is the booth boy, J to the ROC. And today we have a very special guest, Vinnie. We got Vinnie from Spit Truth. What's up?
He has COVID.
Yeah. And now all do we as well. Yeah. What the fuck's up?
Mass spreader event here. We can now gauge it to this one shitty podcast in Melbourne.
Yep,
that's where Strain Zero came from.
Yeah.
I've seen 28 months later.
Yeah. They'll have to study this footage real hard. Like, I need all the possible angles you have.
Silent Hill. That's me. It was super loud.
It's when we were sharing the vape that like we passed.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It's like that scene in Outbreak when you pass the vape, but it's all the spores going into the movie theater.
Yeah. No, it's like the beginning of Spider-Man where it shows all the DNA. And
yeah.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck's up, everybody? It's been a couple weeks.
It has been a couple weeks. Wait, has it?
Or last week?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Because Justin had to buy an aquarium or something. I don't remember.
I haven't done that yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's buying an aquarium?
I don't know.
I'm thinking.
I just don't remember the reason why we didn't record last week.
Is that like why? It's like, dude, I can't.
No, it's not why.
No,
I don't know.
I had an endoscopy, whatever.
Oh.
That's the one through the mouth or the other one?
Yeah, the one through the mouth.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I asked them to put it up the ass, but they
Depending on who you're talking to, it being the same thing.
They go from A and B and try to be in the middle.
Dude, I had to get that one where they go from both ends.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you feel it?
What is that
No, I was asleep.
Is that called the Chinese finger trap?
No.
Oh.
It made you so comfy you fell asleep?
I was not. Dude, they put me out, and then I woke up and like both my throat and my butthole hurt, and I was
And
like,
when you have to like fart for 2 hours, right?
dude,
Did you record them?
It was just straight liquid, like for like
I hate
a
that.
whole solid
Like
3
it'll
days.
sting if you don't wipe. Yeah,
But it was like
those are the worst.
Yeah. So
Why would you not wipe?
Well, you're recovering. You know, maybe you can't get up.
It's true. It is true.
I'm getting there. I'm 37 in 2 months. So
37, and he has a catalog of pre-recorded farts that he shares within a group.
shout out to the group chat.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny because every morning at 6:45, bling,
Yeah.
audio message from like,
Wayne
and it's just ripping. I love it. I love being an adult. It's great. So how was Fest? It looked fun.
Yeah, so I just got back from Fest. It's all you, bud.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of sticky things in here. Just
Yeah, he was like, I didn't notice there's so much shit on the table from watching the episodes. There's
look at how many toys we have.
We have so much stuff and toys, and we'll get into some of that after the Fest.
I'm gonna
but
take a picture of this.
Yeah,
all the toys on the desk.
yeah. So Fest was sick. We did the pre-Fest. We were there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's a lot of walking. Thanks, Mom, for the New Balances. They really came in clutch.
I need to get a pair.
Dad shoes, man. That's where it's at.
They're where it's at.
Dude, it really changed because like we're literally there drinking at noon, and you're leaving at midnight or 1 o'clock.
Dude, it's a lot, dude. Especially like it's
No way.
A couple really cool stories. I won't like dive into Fest because we have Vinnie here, and his time is precious as well. But
he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't gone to Fest in years.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like a really cool thing for music lovers, and it doesn't matter how many people there. Everyone's there for like the same reason, and it's just a good vibe. But like, I saw a lot of bands I wanted to see. I found some new bands that I'll play one of them tonight. But dude, Drosera, those guys fucking rule.
That was on the pre-show, right?
No.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
they did play a pre-show outside, but they played Fest. Dude, those guys are crazy fucking tight, and it's really cool hanging out with them. God's Eyes. Dude,
yeah, I'm upset. Dude, we played them on the show a year ago, and I can't remember how I found them, but I was like, damn, this band is sick. And ever since then, they've become good friends with the show too. And shout out, Brent. What's up?
They
buddy?
came down to South Florida and they played at this this brewery that Jeff books a bunch of shows at.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was super cool. I like that band a lot.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Dude, they're crazy fucking tight, and I'm calling it right now. Them and Drosera, because I didn't know how kind of like young a band Drosera was.
They're young.
Dude,
Yeah,
they're both gonna pop off. But it was really cool. Like I'm like in the pit. They played in a bigger venue. They played at Vivid this year. God's Eyes did, and like the vocalist is like, "Hey, what's up, HMHD?" Like, they like, dude, if you like podcasts, this is the guy.
That's cool.
One of the cooler parts, I was just walking into a venue and I had my bag with my Dun badge on it, and a guy's like, "That's my band," and I'm like,
Oh, really?
I was like,
Did
"What?"
they play?
Yeah. No.
Oh, shit.
So Dennis, what's up from?
Are they from like Massachusetts?
They're from Boston. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And so I saw him a bunch. We talked a bunch.
Yeah.
He went to some Outer Fest thing on, I think, Saturday night that they were playing till 4 a.m. in a parking lot, dude.
Skee ball tournament.
Dude, he was showing me videos, and there's hundreds of people there. It was nuts.
At 4 a.m.
It ended at 4 a.m.
Jesus.
Was it like that thing that they? Because I remember one of the cool videos I saw with it was an old Warped Tour video where like it was after Warped Tour was over, but all the drummers from all the bands like had like a drum off.
You know where you saw that at?
I saw it online. I wasn't
So
there.
that was
but
on the Black Dahlia
It was the Black Dahlia
Murders.
murder. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, it was on the Black
And
Dahlia
that kid
Murders
was
DVD.
ripping it, dude.
Yeah, dude, that guy was great. He
But
was
all those drummers were awesome. But that's a cool thing too.
no,
you know?
100%.
Yeah. So seeing him was really cool. A lot of other members of bands like talking to him, passing and saying hi. Obviously, like, you know, Machinist was there. Jilly Carter was there. Obviously, Logan's always dope. Jesse's dope. And
I haven't seen Jillian Carter in like 15 years.
dude, like seeing them in that setting, like they're fucking rock stars.
It looked
Like, dude,
wild.
they're
It looked
just
good.
they're
It looked
just-
really cool.
They're nuts.
That band's so heavy now.
It's been like a weird.
So heavy.
They've been awesome always.
Yeah.
But they're fucking.
But their new stuff, like I remember, like they were going to go tour Japan, right? And then like I
Yes.
saw like their logo, I'm like, this looks real black metal-y. Like, and then I listened to it, I'm like, holy crap! What did
Yeah,
they get this? Like,
Logan made like the most readable like
Right.
logo. Basically, and then you know, Fortitude. Wes gave us a shout out too. It was really cool. He was like, I got 4 words. HMHD, what's up? And I'm just like, oh,
I
that's cool.
love that dude
Yeah.
so much, dude.
aren't those letters?
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Whatever.
He
Listen,
might have said the word.
He
I've
might
been-
have been 2 words. He might have been. He might have been making. He might have been making fun of our phonics on the show. I don't know.
It's just as good as my geography.
Yeah, you want to learn words of the world? You come here.
I saw a lot of indie punk bands that I wanted to see, and it was really cool. Saw a lot of old friends and met new friends, and
Do you think that because compared to last year, it's and maybe this is because you went both last year and this year.
yeah, I've only been those 2 years.
But I feel like this year had a lot more heavier stuff. Do you think that maybe next year they're going to have more? Because I'm not saying that they don't have heavy bands on Fest, but it's typically like a punk indie.
yeah,
kind
no,
of,
and like I was
you know.
telling Dallas, I was like, I think there's actually hardcore bands playing now, and she was just.
Dude, I mean, fuck.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like Drosera, Thrall played. Like, I mean, like the band I'm playing tonight. But there's also like was post hardcore as well that I love.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like you know me, but like because I was like, I don't know, like last time I saw Machinist and like. The pit's weird, you know, because a bunch of like indie kind of punk kids. So like a lot of people are
Yeah, a lot of-
pushing.
lot of
But when
swaying.
Drosera was playing, it was just like I'm being at a local show. It felt like I was like, this is a hardcore show.
I feel like the next generation of kids going to shows are like back into the pit again.
No,
Maybe.
100%.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I know you definitely see it a lot more than, you know, because you guys.
I mean, dude, even when you guys played at the spot, I'm like, dude, there's like children here that I'm.
there were
kinda-
literal children.
I'm like nervous about because they're such wild cards, you know. They're just like literally don't care about their bodies, flinging them like fucking like little ninjas.
Yeah, don't
like,
you remember being that age and not caring? And now that our knees hurt, we're like, man, I really should.
Dude, my knees do fucking hurt.
Yeah, all the time. But no, so Gainesville's always been a really weird place, man, because like Bind was from there.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I like
band?
Bind, yeah.
I love Bind, and Bind was from there. And then you had a bunch of indie bands.
Well, Against Me is from there. So, I mean,
so it's like this really strange kind of place. Watts is from there. This like punky hardcore band. Pez is from there.
oh, Pez is from there? I did not know that.
so like it's
So Pez was put on that after show.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Pez
cool.
is tight, and like so you have like this really weird wider range of like hardcore bands, but like you know like
I feel like Fest
It's definitely a punkier.
yeah, it's like a
yeah, it definitely caters more to like just at least from when I see the bands that I've seen, you know, on the bill and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know. I'd like to go maybe one year, but
I would wait till like you see like a lineup because like
that's what I don't want to do. Is I don't want to spend 4 days if there's only like 2 bands. And I'm not saying all the bands are bad. If I'm going to spend that much time and that kind of money, like I want to see a lot of bands.
See, when we went last year, I told Dallas, I go, I will never miss a year. I don't care who's playing. Because there's something about just walking. Like Dallas found a country band. We were just walking and she's like, oh, what's that? Heard Sly Guitar, Whiskey & Co. They're from Florida. I think they're from Florida. And we sat there and watched them. It was just like, there's never, like, for people who love music, and that's why most people are there, like, it's just such, like, it's just a magnet, dude.
That
is a giant thing.
That is a cool thing about Fest, though. It's like you know, going to Furnace Fest. I know what kind of bands are going to be there.
Oh yeah,
like
for
it's
sure.
Metalcore, hardcore, and you get a little bit of indie thrown in there, like you know, more of your emo kind of stuff, whatever. Even though it's not a genre, but like at Fest, fairly what you just, I mean, there's everything from heavy hardcore. There's indie. There's country band. I mean, that sounds like it's almost like a carnival of just stuff.
It really is.
Which is cool. Which was like you said, kind of cool. Yeah.
From the doors opening, there's literally like not one place that's not playing music.
well that's the other thing too, man, is that like so like when I went to This Is Hardcore a year, like Martyr AD and like a bunch of bands that I love were playing.
Get out of here. You're off the show.
Disembodied played that year.
Oh, you're off the show.
So, like, here's the thing, man. Like, it's not that fun when every single band is like the band that you love.
Yeah.
Because then you're like beat all day, and it's just like all day, and then you're standing on the concrete. But like, I feel like a fest is like, all right, the band that I really like isn't playing until like such and such time. I can walk around and you can explore, and it's Gainesville, so it's like a downtown area. You can eat. There's like a bunch of fun things.
That's the difference with like rather than like a Warped Tour or like even Furnace Fest.
Because you're just in an open field.
Right.
But that's the thing. But this year, like Furnace Fest actually did it pretty well, where there was a lot of time where, like you said, there was like, I see this band, but I have 4 hours. I mean, we walk around and see the other bands, but you know, we get lunch, whatever. But
because you can
Gainesville. Is 1984 still open?
No.
Damn, remember that place?
Yeah, I remember.
I think our drummer at the time is now not allowed to go back there ever again.
I saw Slapshot there.
No way.
Yeah,
that's fucking cool.
It's sick.
I think I have a Slapshot poster. Hold on.
I love Slapshot. That's like my favorite old school hardcore.
I love Slapshot.
But I mean, there's plenty of stories, and thank you for all the love for everyone that came up and say hi. And sorry that I didn't get to hang out with everybody. I do have a wife. We did have other bands, and you know,
I know what you mean.
You know, like as much as I like would love to just like sit and talk, like I just. Like I could like the cool thing about Fest that they do is like they have an app, and so you can see everything. You can make a schedule, and you can be like, "Hey, I got it. Like I had to."
Rockville did that. Like, Rockville was really good about that. Furnace Fest, I just printed them, just highlighted them. But,
it's so fucking smart. I could check out the bands and be like, "Oh, I don't have anything for 3 hours. Do we go back to the hotel for a little bit?" We did that one day, and I took a little nap. You know,
100%. We didn't able to go to the hotel
when my wife. I don't know. We probably didn't hear from the last show, but so my favorite band that I wanted to see at Furnace Fest, my wife managed to get secret show tickets to the same band afterwards.
That's how you know love.
But the other band that was playing with them was playing there. I was like, well, if we're going to see them later, let's just go back to the hotel. And we got some food, and we took a nap, and we went back refreshed. It was great.
Dude, it's great.
Yeah.
That's the thing that sucked is that, so This Is Hardcore used to be in and out. Like, you could come in and out, and then they make it like a cutoff where you can't go out anymore, and it just sucked. It's like, I would be like, oh, I'm just going to go back to the hotel.
FYA did that, remember?
Yep.
FYA did that. Yeah.
They're like, you have to be in here, and like you're in one spot. The only thing that does suck about things like Fest is that they have like the main stage is called Bo Diddley, and so like it's outside. That's where the bigger bands play. That's where Bouncing Souls played. That's where Streetlight played. That's where Hot Water Music played.
I would love to see Hot Water Music.
Dude,
we saw
the
them.
Stage I don't have to go to. That's good.
Yeah.
They
oh, sick. Thank you for putting them all there.
No diddly.
So okay, so that's perfect because like you're like, oh, these are a bunch of big bands I don't really care about, but like like Joyce Manor played, and I like Joyce Manor, but I don't want to see him on a stage like that. I want to see him in Vivid or something to where it's more intimate.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
I don't want to stand out in the sun and be in a crowd full of billion people. I want to be like, I want to force my way in there. I like the intimacy of like live music with that kind of genre. Like if it's anything else like hot water music, which
I love them. They're a great band.
You have to give them all sorts of respect.
They're playing in Miami, and they played like this place called
Extra Hot Water.
Yeah, Extra Hot Water. It's in downtown Miami.
Bowling water
crazy.
music.
It sucks. I hate that venue, but it's called Gramps. It's just because it's
Gramps,
like it's just in the middle of like the downtown area, so parking costs really a lot, and that's where a lot of John from Break Even Booking, he books a lot of shows there, and Hot Water Music was playing there, but it's just like. It's as intimate. I got to see Me Without You the last tour.
I haven't heard that name in like 20 years.
Yeah, they played there, and like my inner, youth group kid was like, oh, I want to go see Me Without You.
Yeah, right.
That's like a big name.
Yeah, and
anybody that's over 34 just be like, oh god.
And then I got to see. I was super close, and I got to see him, and it made it feel special. So I completely get what you're talking about.
And like we were really hoping because there's like spots on like the schedule. It'd be like secret band. You'd be like, oh, and you don't know till the morning of who's playing that. Like last year. The Wonder Years, we probably saw them like 4 different times, and like one of the secret sets was like, hey, they're playing First Thing acoustic, and so like they just packed out this little tiny thing, and they played songs that they haven't played in 10 years. And if you're like a pop punk fan or whatever, or like you like the Wonder Years, and that's the only time you'll ever get to see that for again.
That's cool.
Did they play the Captain Crunch song? With the breakdown.
No. But
Caught the roof of my mouth.
so I mean, okay, that's all the fest that we can talk about.
But that's
It's
cool
fine.
though. I like that. And again, with the thing with the, like being there with the band, like I talked about it last episode or 2 episodes ago, but like at Furnace Fest stuff was the final year, but they removed the guardrail. So there used to be a guardrail like 4 feet, so if you, but no, this year, like I was at the point where the singer of Trapped Under Ice was stepping on my hands.
That's sick.
Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
So being in a thing like that, it's like the first concert I ever went to was Cannibal Corpse. I was 13 years old. And like
that's such a cool thing to say.
At the social.
we were talking about that earlier.
Dude,
Yeah.
my first concert was Aqua. The Barbie song.
You're a Barbie girl. That's fine. No big deal.
Yeah.
Mine was Aaron Carter, so
He's dead.
that's exactly what you said. That's the first thing you said after I said that. Like,
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah.
Bye. Well, that's NSYNC. Never mind. Sorry.
Boo.
No, but it's like so. And then I was gonna go see them again, but it was at like some like hard. I was like, damn, it's never gonna be as cool again unless it's at the Social.
Yeah.
Because the Social is an awesome, like tiny venue
Intimate,
in
man.
downtown Orlando. So. But yeah, that's awesome. Maybe I'll have to go one year. I'd like to go people watch.
There's a lot of that because it's also like
gosh,
it's also the week of Halloween, so a lot
It's
of
like
people
the
are
Hot
dressing
Topic
up.
gathering, isn't it?
There's a lot of that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
I feel like it would be more like Anthropology girls, and
It's such
Urban Outfitter.
Urban Outfitters.
yeah. It's such a like a little melting pot though, because like you have like certain venues that will play, hey, these are all hardcore bands, and some people just get a venue pass, like they'll just go, I'm gonna go to
That's cool,
Palominos.
that's cool.
Like Palominos was like a lot of hardcore bands playing there, and you can get frozen drinks there, and there's a backyard and like all this stuff.
Frozen drinks?
$5 pina colada shots. Like, dude, it was just like, it was just a fun time. And so there you see a bunch of hardcore kids. You're like, oh, I know this. I've seen this guy before. Or they're like come out. And
cool.
And then you would go and you see like a bunch of 40-year-olds for Streetlight, like all these ska, there's a bunch of ska bands. I think I watched Streetlight for a little bit.
Well, that's the stage I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
But what I will say, what I will say is that like when you have downtime and nothing, and you have a group of friends, it doesn't really at the end of the day matter what genre is playing. Everyone's having a good time. You have drinks, and it's just there was no bad vibes. So like it was just a solid moment. I bruised my heel really bad for Drosera, and that was the first time I guess Dallas has seen me like go hard.
I don't know what fell. Just keep talking.
Oh, it was the Edict sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
But she's like,
That's fucking stupid.
she's like, you're you're a big boy. I go, okay. And she's like, I think you're like one of the bigger guys in there. Like people were scared of you. Like I was like, all right,
the hottest thing that your wife could tell you. You're an aging hardcore guy. You're like, that's right. I was the biggest. You were the biggest guy in the pit. Yeah, I was. You
like,
were.
I definitely wasn't, but like for me,
well, you're at a completely demographic.
When I go to jump off the stage, I'm like, I'm just gonna jump off. Don't try to catch me because you're not gonna do it.
It was funny.
Almost 300.
During Jilly's set, I saw Corey came for a little bit, and so I was hanging out with Corey. The last song of Jilly, and I see Jesse DeCiano. I was like, I'm gonna go pick him up, and so I just run and I grab him. I'm like, and I just like by myself just picked him up.
You threw him.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a big guy at all, but like, but I did that with Joey Fields during Bad Luck set too, because Bad Luck. Yeah, they're
the
good.
Same Bad Luck that I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
they were in a hardcore band called Von Wolf.
Yeah, I remember that.
Play with them.
Von Wolf
in
rules.
Pensacola.
What band were you in when you played with them?
We were called Keyholder. I was in a screamo band.
Right.
Like we sounded like
that is the perfect name for a screamo band.
It's actually a really cool name.
That's the perfect name for a screamo band.
I got the name from because when I was in San Diego in county jail, like the Keyholder was the dude that ran the race that you were.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm leaving it in.
Yeah, we're gonna do a quick shout out to Third Impact Records. I know I already made a video about you, but thank you. These are in the studio now. I already listened to some of it, and thank you so much for the love. And
if you're a band that needs cassettes, hit him up.
Yeah, he
wants to do it, man.
He told me, he's like, dude, are you okay with me reaching? I was like, you can hustle, bud. Like, fuck yeah, dude. So now let's go. Who are you and what are you doing?
Why are you in my house?
My name is Iraldis Jose Abreu, but everyone calls me Vinnie. And I am here to announce that I also am leaving As LA Dying.
Did you try to kill your ex-wife?
No, he wouldn't give me the roids, bro. Like, I was like, hey, man, if you're going to do Trent, I want to do Trent. What are we doing
Did you hear about the other lawsuit he has?
No.
He's suing the roid company because they gave him tits.
Yeah. You mean to tell me the dude that killed his wife and is on roids is not a nice person to tour with?
Yeah.
Like,
and now he has boobs.
Yeah, I get cranky because of my diabetes on tour, and I'm not fun to tour with. I could only imagine how that guy must be. like in the morning, I'm like, I have low blood sugar.
Yeah, nobody cares. Go wash your hair.
I guess no, but Spit Truth is no longer a thing.
Really?
Man.
What?
So Tyler, we talked about it a little bit, me and him, but like the reality of the situation is, I mean, they might pick it back up, I'm not sure, but I am moving to the Marshall Islands.
Oh shit.
To be a therapist at a military installation there for about a year.
What base?
It's called Kwajalein.
Okay.
It is fun fact, it's where SpongeBob lives.
All right.
Because it's near the Bikini Atoll where we tested all those
radiation. That makes sense.
Yeah. You get to test out the lore.
My cousin's he's stationed in Guam.
Oh yeah, so
he's been there for like 20 years.
I keep telling everybody that's where I'm going to go because it's really hard to tell them where I'm going, but it's like kind of Guam.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, they're like, oh, the Marshall Islands.
I'm going to the Bikini Atoll.
They're the Bikini Atoll. Yeah. So also Godzilla's from there.
Castle Bravo.
So much radiation. So
yeah. Go Kira.
If I come back with 3 legs,
yeah,
what happened?
You're just naked.
Just naked at their house.
The radiation therapist.
The radiation therapist. Yeah. So I'm gonna go do a lot of that. I'm kind of excited. Just because I am a military vet too. So like, it's kind of cool to be able to go back and like talk to people. Cause when I went to the military, like the therapist that they had there was definitely not a dude like me. It was like this older dude. And he was just like, well, maybe we could talk about your feelings. And I can kind of be able to talk to a military guy.
That never works.
No, I'm like, hey man, like you got to stop going to the bowling alley on Saturday and getting drunk and fighting Marines. And then they'll be like, yeah, you're right. And I'm like, hey, talk about your dad. Like,
nah, that's a cool thing, man. Yeah. My cousin's he's been out in Guam for about 20 years. I don't know if he's retired or not, but he works for somebody out there.
Yeah, no, that's what a lot of military guys do, because honestly, I'm going to get paid a lot more. I have a lot more freedoms. Are there coconut crabs there too?
He doesn't say.
So that's like the one concern that I have.
You don't want coconut crab?
Buddy, have you ever seen what a coconut crab looks like?
Justin, pull that up.
Google it while he keeps talking.
I've had coconut crab.
Have you really?
I think
you
so.
can eat them.
No, that's shrimp. That's coconut shrimp.
No, you're thinking coconut shrimp, my guy. So a coconut crab is this crustacean that's about like 30 to 40 pounds, and they're gigantic. So look at that thing.
Look at the guy holding it. Click on that photo, Rock. No, the guy holding
No, that's like definitely edited.
Is that?
That one. Yeah. So imagine you're like walking and that motherfucker comes out.
That's awesome.
No. Absolutely not. So the coconut crab. So the first email that I ever got from this new job, right, was like subject of the email was the coconut crabs are back.
Oh shit.
And I'm like,
the tides brought it back.
And I'm like, what does that mean? And so basically,
look at that fucking thing.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. I don't want to see that. So these motherfuckers go into the base in the middle of the night, and you'll see one scurry and see the bicycles because there's no cars on this island, and it'll come back with like 10 of its friends, and it'll drag the bicycles into the depth of the ocean.
Hey, the therapist is here. Let's get him.
Yeah, I know. And like I was telling him, like the terrifying thing about this is, could you imagine if like 10 of these things just like, what's up, bitch? Like in the middle of the night.
Justin, Wikipedia the coconut crab. I want to see how fast it can run.
Dude, God, I hope this thing cannot run fast.
One of my buddies has horror stories about
giant
camel
spider.
spiders, you know, in Afghanistan and all that shit.
Ah.
Oh shit! How fast can they? I gave you money last year. Leave me alone.
All right, they're not 30 pounds, but whatever.
3 feet.
It's still a big ass fucking. Well, they're hollow, right? I mean,
Yeah,
they don't got
yeah, but how fast can they run?
They're hollow. There's
Dude,
a giant pocket.
I don't.
just Control F and then type in the word speed. But dude, could you imagine this thing on Adderall? Oh my god, super focused on the therapist.
Gambler Island, the Gambler.
I guess it's not there. I don't know.
Fun fact: these things can run 30 miles per hour. I'm like,
Okay, that's terrifying. Like if they can't really like, because I remember like being a little kid, like going to the beach, little ghost crabs, like it's scary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm being dead serious. Like, so they take the bicycles in the middle of the night and they bring them into the coral reef, and I'm like, what if I'm like just walking around?
I've never been that hungry.
And it's like, and there's like, is that fast?
No.
No, it's like a light jog.
Sick. So I can beat them. Like I can beat them in a race. All right.
Just soccer kick them as you're like running away.
Get the fuck away. Collect coconuts and then throw them at them.
Yeah, just like 10 of those dudes are like, what's up, bitch? Like, they just drag you into the ocean.
It's like a giant hermit crab that doesn't have a shell. They're
It's like an
wild.
armored sloth.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's very
That's my
alien.
new black metal band, Armored Sloth.
Yeah,
Armored
sick.
sloth, dude.
Armored Sloth.
Armor for sloths.
Armor for sloth.
Do you want to read off some of your
Yes, I
band
do.
names for Vinny?
Collective yelling.
Yep. Eating Charcoal, Big Hat Sandlot, Mr. Breakdown, Big Mullet Fireman. I have no idea where we came up with that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Heavy Music, Hot Dogs, Dying Fetus with the Lights On,
That was good.
Diarrhea Birds, and Collective Yelling, and now Armored Sloth.
So
Armor
literally, this sounds like all the bands that played at Fest.
Not too far.
On the Bo Diddley stage.
Yeah, on the potentially stage.
the bold bibblies.
We will have the ghost of Tom Petty.
Oh, God. He's dead?
Yeah, is that a cutout? Is
he's
that
dead.
That's not a cutout,
Was
right?
he with Aaron Carter?
Is he with Aaron Carter?
I don't know. I'm not cutting any of this out.
We'll have the ghost of Tom Petty and Aaron Carter doing a duet on the Bo Diddley stage tonight.
You will never see this again.
I want
Petty.
Candy by Tom Petty.
Yep.
Jeez.
Never eat Tom Petty's candy. Never eat it.
Oh my god.
Oof. Oof. I love it.
So obviously, I mean, that's cool, man, but you're doing something that you want to do that just, I mean, how old, I don't know, how old are you?
I am 35 years old.
Okay, so you're
48 years old.
basically my age, but that's cool though, man.
It's an awesome opportunity.
Dude,
Now, are you doing it with the military or are you just going over there just
no,
to
I'm a private contractor, so
Okay,
I'm doing
yeah,
it with a company that I probably shouldn't say the name of on this thing, but like it's
Xerox.
yeah, it's not like Blackstone or something like that. I'm not going over there like the secret ops. Like I'm just gonna
Blackstone, it makes the gross as Black Rock.
Black Rock,
Yeah,
whatever.
Blackstone is bacon.
Yeah, sick.
Bacon.
No, but yeah, it's dude. I'll tell you the money specs after the podcast is over because it's nuts.
It's well, I mean, like you said, because I used to be a contractor for a power company, so I know, like, granted, it's probably not that good, but dude, contracting's got its perks, man. My neighbor, he was Air Force, but he's certified like C-130, Apache repair guy. He just goes over to the Middle East for 6 months at a time, and he comes home and he makes his fucking money.
The only thing that I'm sad about is I'm gonna have to talk. Like, I know I can already feel it. I'll go to this military installation and someone will see this shirt or something when I'm gonna go work out. Be like, "Oh, do you like heavy music, brother?" I'm like, "Sure, dude." Like,
have you heard of HMHD? Yeah.
Pagan Parish.
They'll be like, "Have you ever heard of?"
Oh wait, Pagan Parish.
Have you ever heard of Seether? And I'll be like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" And they'll be like, "Yo, you like Five Finger Death Punch, real America shit?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man." And like that's why I was telling him that's why I love Hatebreed, because like that's like the one combining thing that most military members and hardcore kids have is like Hatebreed. Yeah, so we could all just be like, "Oh yeah, you like Perseverance," and they'll be like, "Well, I like I like the newer stuff." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool."
You could definitely weigh the scale easier if you start at Hatebreed.
I do like if you love Hatebreed, like you love Could See Through an Act of Violence. That's my favorite song ever. And like, that's weird, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
a little weird.
But you know what I will say? Every military member loves "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor" by Drowning Pool.
Yeah,
it's like, POD.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
It's the stock soundtrack to their body cam.
Yeah, well, anytime you see like some weird, illegally recorded things of what happened in Iraq, it's through the Drowning Pool, "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor" thing. It's like, oh,
they get royalties for that.
Hey man, you should probably not show this to people. Like, yeah, and then we mowed that whole village down. I'm like, ah, man, the kid with two drowning pool.
It's not how you play hopscotch, bro.
Yeah, jeez, dude.
It looked like a school. Was that a school?
Yeah,
I might. I might cut that part out.
Gotta cut that one out. That's a cut.
I think it's funny, and I have a folder on my desktop called The Graveyard, and it's just all the stuff that I remember to record to save. And holy shit. When I die, the computer will self-destruct.
Yeah, it's got its own black box, dude. Like,
if you pay $50 on the Patreon, you can hear all of the horrible horrible war crimes that Vinnie committed. Nah, I didn't do any of that.
Vinnie's war crimes.
Vinnie war crimes.
Okay, so what kind of genre would that be?
I'm thinking like
rap metal.
No, I'm thinking what do those train people do? They like ride the trains. The
scrum punks.
Like scrum. Yeah, you could smell them from like 80 yards away. Yeah,
scrum punks.
Yeah, those
and the dudes that come from very loving homes but decided to go on trains because they wanted to be poor.
The Trustafari.
Yeah, the Trustafari. That's like my least favorite genre of white person.
It is awful.
Urban explorers.
Urban explorers, and then they like go to their nice home in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And you're like, oh, okay.
you know what? Like, I'm sitting in my house. I have my AC set at 69 degrees. You know what? The last thing I want to do is ride on the back of a charcoal train car drinking MD 2020.
Yeah.
And then shitting my pants. Like I don't want to do that. Like, I don't.
Oh, the guy from that one movie in the 90s.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
What? What movie was that?
What? Yeah.
The vaguest sentence ever by the guy.
Dennis the Menace.
Yeah. My favorite part about you being back there is that you do that like a lot. I've watched the podcast, and you'll just come out of somewhere like nowhere and just say
you forget that he's there, right?
Yeah. That's why the Where Waldo thing really worked for him. Like it was so good.
Yeah.
They just put me in a corner.
That's what he was last year. I was like, it'd just be the same thing.
Well, I tried, and that's where the middle finger mask came in. And
he was going to wear a mask for 4
I tried to put it on last night and scare my wife that it wouldn't fit over my head. So then I gave it the finger.
My cranium is large.
Your cranium.
I have a big ass head, dude. It sucks.
We saw it in the photo.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
Huge.
Dude, I have to buy special sunglasses.
Do you really?
Big Kahuna.
You know what you have to do? Pit vipers. They're made for big ass
I already have 3 pairs.
Yeah.
I don't know where they are, but I went through a pit viper phase. Just to annoy my wife.
That was
Justin Google Osiris D3s.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I know.
I don't think the
I know.
screen's big
Dude,
enough.
you know how much those shoes are worth if you have a pair now?
They're selling them.
They remade them.
They remade them.
They remade them.
They remade them.
Not worth it.
Look at these things.
Check out these fuckers.
Buddy, they're bigger than my gosh darn head.
Look at that. I took photos of him.
I think I had a pair when I was like 12 or 13.
Look at this.
$150 goddamn dollars.
162, sir.
I can't see that far away. Shut up.
Look at that, Dad.
Look at the size of that motherfucking shoe.
Yeah, they were skateboarders.
Look at
pillows.
He put it on as a size 11.
You look like you didn't get drafted into the NBA,
dude. You know what I look like? I look like a Kingdom Hearts character.
Dude, you look fucking so good in that.
love that photo because it makes me look like I have gigantic arms, and I'm like, yes.
And this is your profile photo for me when you call me.
Aww.
So yeah,
all those hot dogs in my face.
Yeah, so many.
I don't know how to set profile pictures. Actually, no. For some reason, it's RJ's nipple when he calls me. I don't know.
Someone actually skating them.
Oh yeah, dude. That's what dude. Back in the '90s and the early 2000s, all the skate shoes were like giant pillows, dude.
I couldn't do it honestly. Like
type in Osiris high top.
I could not
just in
do
images.
it.
Well, like the new metal, like fashion trend is like full on back. Like
Looking back at me. Yep.
See through all
No,
the
go
lies.
to images. No. Go to images.
he's on YouTube.
You are the antidote that got me high. Is that even like? Is that?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, click on the. Yeah, dude.
Those
everybody
are magic.
wearing a Grover hat. You know, that smoked weed between classes. Like,
Sesame Street.
It was
Sesame
the
Street.
Cookie Monster, dude. You really went in a deep cut for a Muppet.
bro, I'm from Merritt Island, bro. I was Grover.
Bro.
Well, maybe I went Grover because he's the guy that lives in the trash can, right?
No, that's Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar,
Well, all
yeah.
these kids live in a trash can.
Grover was the
the green guy.
blue.
Wait, was he blue?
He turned into a superhero, Super Grover.
I also never watched Sesame Street, so I have no idea.
I love Sesame Street.
Those like mix and paired with like skin tight pants is like
That's Grover.
That's Grover. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, kids.
Again,
I was watching Sesame Street with my nephew the other day, and they had like a special, and I was watching it, and I was like, dude, this is crazy because they were explaining to one of the girls how their father went to jail through. Yeah, and I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, this is Grover. What? Like, he's like, oh, your dad's not here. No, he's going away for 2 years.
he could have gone off. The lawyer would have pled too.
Yeah, I'm like sitting there,
But the
like,
lawyer didn't try hard enough.
Yeah, it's like
The word of the day is manslaughter.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
M for manslaughter.
Law-abiding citizen. Watch that movie. That's literally the plot.
yeah, it's
Grover.
with Grover.
Grover pipe bombs the entire city of Boston.
Dude. Grover committing mass murder.
Yeah, in 4D, 4K, 4K. Yeah.
That's a band name right there.
Yeah.
My favorite like Muppet thing is that guy that has Kermit the Frog, but he has a zucchini. And he'll be like on Omegle, and he'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then he just shows the giant. zucchini. That's my favorite thing.
Ruins people's life.
Oh, I love it. That's my favorite thing.
Kermit, no.
Oh God, what do you think? We'll play a song real quick, and then I mean, I love talking. Don't get me wrong. I want to
Yeah. I'll play a song.
We'll play a song. Let's go.
You want me to play a song?
Yeah, play a song.
Cool.
I got some too. Whatever.
I got so many.
I just have 3 because I don't know how many you do or whatever.
We don't really have like a set.
We'll do 3 more than what we typically do.
Sick.
This first band's called Through Blood. And
It's way better than my list. The fuck.
and the song is called No Discretion.
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 I was like, no discretion.
I don't do it to him all the time, but I had to do it that way.
just keep that in there.
This is a fat band? No.
It's the best band.
You're blowing my Osiris off.
Dude, I love a good bass.
I always like a vocal bass.
Yeah.
I always like that.
I love their style of vocals.
We're gonna put a little bit of distortion on it.
He like brings it in, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. From regular Yoko Earth. Oh, there it is.
Just slam step in.
They brought the speed into it really good too, though.
Broken in by the same words repeated.
Ooh, well, spoken word. So nasty.
One of these, the Wano Man.
it, dude.
I got a point after this.
Last chance to hurt me.
I'm glad that people are coming back to the boundaries.
The spoken word right before you get fucked up.
That was cool.
It's a good tone too. Yeah,
I like that.
True Blood.
They
Yeah.
left it. They left it with a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I like that.
You thought it was gonna be like another breakdown.
Yeah,
I like that too.
Perfect lead into the next song, though.
Yeah, probably.
So,
probably.
yeah.
That's cool. So, okay. So that was that a submission?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Submissions have been so good lately.
Submissions.
You guys have been getting good.
A lot of good.
It's amazing how good they are when we ignore the bad ones. I'll cut that out. I'm just kidding.
No,
Maybe.
don't cut it out. Tell the truth. Be a truth
Okay,
teller.
can I touch on that just for a second? Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. This band was awesome. I liked it.
Yeah.
The tone was awesome. Does it make you like? Because so obviously now we're getting into we were talking earlier before we were recording. Like we're getting into a point now where we're like, we're not getting thousands of clicks and plays, but maybe in the next 6, I don't know. Who knows what we're doing?
Yeah.
We never thought we'd be here.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I never woke up one day and go, oh, I have to upload to Lamb Goat today. I never thought I'd wake up and have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's wild. But it's like, am I allowed to have a negative opinion?
An opinion? Yeah, dude.
No, I understand, but the internet.
Well, dude, but that's the internet. No one will be ever happy on the internet. I'll tell you this. I actually listened to your podcast, which is, it's fun. Your last one, you had the same topic that you brought that up. You're like, hey, like people will bother me about putting this on or stuff like that. And it's not that, and it's like, I just don't have enough time to listen to music and stuff like that. But it's not like you're out here Anthony Fantanoing it and being like 4 out of 10, fuck you. Like,
No.
I give this a week 3. You guys suck. Quit playing music.
Just
Like, it's
gets
not-
2 booms.
Although I want to have a separate podcast where I do that, but I'll wear a ski mask. And I'll get a coconut crab right
This
here
is
on the
what
table.
grinds my gears.
and like a voice changer. To like,
Bands that suck. Your band.
I sound like a bad guy on Gangland. You know?
No,
exactly.
but like I'm the one that typically goes through like all the submissions, and like I have to like PR respond to, and I haven't had to do it in a little while, to where like, hey, unfortunately this isn't like up our realm for like but thank you for sharing us. I personally like your shit because I love hardcore, the whole culture, everything, but also like other genres too. Like all of us do, because we're not pure elitists, like we are very open to like all music. So like, and everyone's been like super nice. And that's the whole thing about like, we are not a reaction thing and we don't charge bands. Like this is our thing. And if you do make it on this list and in this notebook, like that's because I did listen to you and I did like it. And I do want other people to also get their opinion, and it's not for everybody. So
If you send us a 14-minute song, we're not playing
I won't play it.
That's guaranteed you're not playing
I
it.
won't play it.
It's like, so I'll tell you this much. I have a lot of friends in the tattoo world, right? And if you don't post your client's tattoo that you just did for them, they're like, he must hate it. He must think it sucks.
That's a good example.
And the guy's like, dude, no, I just, I have a family and this is a job. And like, I can't post everybody's tattoo because then it'll be overdoing my algorithm.
Yeah.
And it's not, it doesn't mean I don't like your tattoo, man. It just, and I love the tattoo I did for you. It just, I can't do every single one on the internet.
No. But that's actually kind of a good thing, though, because if I was a tattoo artist, like I wouldn't want to post multiple pictures of the same tattoo that I've done.
No, 100%.
And granted, we're not playing the music; it's whatever, we're just playing bands. But it's like it sucks because that's the part that me and RJ talk about this off air all the time. Like I have a hard time like being like a vision of somebody that's like, oh, this is what's good, this is what's bad. I don't like doing that because I am a musician. I've been playing guitar my whole life. But it's like there's some bands, and even that I found, I'm like, this just sounds like everybody else. You know what I mean? Like nothing stands out. It's nothing new, you know, and all that stuff. But it's just like, I don't know. I just feel bad sometimes. Like,
no, dude, thanks for submitting the 15th band that sounds like you ripped off the Breakdown demo. Like, I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, here. So just to cut this off, just to make sure this is a cutoff point, like, I laughed when that guy was like, this is the last chance you'll get to hurt me. And so I'm sorry for doing that.
No.
Because I was like, he's like, that's funny. Like, would I put that in my band if I was in that band? No. But like the band, that whole thing was awesome. But you can have a critique. It's like, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was like,
we did that one time when we're in the studio. I was like, oh. And there's some, I forget what band it is. You'll remember it when I start talking about it, but like his vocals were different. And he's like, oh, you actually made a comment about the one vocal thing to I tried to do something different. And I was insecure about it. But thanks for like, you know, he was very cool.
Actually, one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
That we've done. The band was Beyond Reach.
Yep.
And
that's what it was.
This band, their vocalist, very obscure.
Yeah.
Like, so you know how some hardcore bands, like, they don't necessarily scream or anything, but they kind of shout when they sing. But he had like a weird tone, but it fit with the band. Like, dude, actually their EP that they released was awesome.
Yeah,
and like we said it on the show where I was like,
"Ooh, that was different."
I was like, "That's different." It has a weird voice, but it's awesome. And like he got really, I don't know if he got really upset about it.
No, because I talked to him about it.
But he felt like, you know, I know you could tell he was super insecure about his vocals and all that stuff. And I was like, but dude, it was awesome. Like, you stood out. Like, it was cool.
And if like that's the other thing too, that like I remember when I first started listening to Twitching Tongues, right, and things like that. Like people were like, "This is awful because of his singing. It's weird."
So
and I'm like, yeah, but like, dude, that's what he's trying to do. And then on top of that, then you get bands like Age of Apocalypse and stuff like that, where you're like, this is great. I love this stuff. Like it happened with Cruel Hand too. When they went from Lock and Key, or no, they went into Lock and Key, and it was like, yo, why does he sound like the dude from Metallica? And I'm like,
he really changed.
And I'm like, this is great. Like, do this all the time, just sing. And I love that stuff. It's because I like Life of Agony. I'm a typo negative guy. Like, I like Danzig. You know, I like.
I don't want to be me.
I don't want to be.
I love that song.
Yeah,
so
dude,
much.
I love that.
If you're gonna scream with me.
We can't play it because we'll get a copyright strike. But I love that song.
That sucks. Yeah, Danzig will personally come to your house and ask you for money if you play that song.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, he's like the Gene Simmons.
You got any cat litter?
Vince Sevenfold. We've tried playing them last year. That got taken down.
So, like, is it like a lawyer somewhere who's like, this tiny podcast for blah, 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 blah?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It got flagged on YouTube, and YouTube just muted all of it.
Doesn't own their music. Their label owns their music. Same thing, too. Like, we this actually happened. We played one of my favorite movies of all time, Hell or High Water. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Anyway, one of my favorite scenes in the movie, you know, Chris Pine beats the shit out of a guy in a parking lot. We played a 30-second scene, and then a year and a half later,
it gets muted.
It gets muted, and they took the whole episode down because the studio was like, "No, that's our movie." And it's like, yeah, clearly we weren't saying it was our movie in the fucking show. And I'm sure we could have disputed it.
Audio. Yeah,
we could have disputed it and all that shit, but it's like, I'm not doing that.
It's just crazy how many things that like we don't think about like as hardcore kids because like it's such a small genre. Yeah. Like, could you imagine if you were like in a big band and you put like a 30-second music clip or movie clip and how much of royalties you'd have to pay out and all that stuff?
Rock a piss real fast.
All right.
Like,
rock that piss.
Like that must like, you know, like, so for example, we like in Spit Truth, we did so many of those fucking you got this.
It's the laser scene from Ocean's 12.
And we're back.
Anyway, we took a little pee-pee break.
We're out of piss.
But I did enjoy the in-between conversation. I do appreciate that. No, I do. I really do, man, because it's always...
Well, I was able to get him for like a solid 4 hours of just a couple hardcore leaders walking through the Melbourne Square Mall before this, so we went into the hot topic.
Did you Liu Kang sweep kick him? That's the only way to deal with him. You can have my knife.
I can't believe the first time that we all met was because I called you out for being big at a hardcore show.
That is kind of funny.
I was like, come on, this guy's at least 200 pounds. I want to see you guys mosh.
Well, I told the story in the show, but I think there was one kid there. I asked, I was like, how old? He's like, I'm 17. And there was at one point where like I almost ran into him and the amount of fear in his eyes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was like, I didn't want to ruin, like, you know, whatever. But then me and RJ,
his ability to walk or pee.
You know, I've had a really cool life when I've done a lot of really cool shit sometimes, and I forget that. But like the way you felt that day. So the first time I went to Japan, I wanted to go to a hardcore show. It was going to be my thing. I wanted to mosh, right? And the guy started doing like a beatdown part where it's side to side, and I started going to side. And mind you, I was twice the size that I was at that time.
Their stature's different.
And the girl let out this like bloody murder scream. Like, and I just stopped dead in my tracks. It's like she literally thought I was gonna kill her, and I'm like, I gotta remember, man, I'm like 250 out here. That's a big boy, and
yeah.
There was a kid at FYA when a Mind Force played, and they opened up the 2 pits, and I was just running back and forth, and I was like, I'm not like an edge swinger. I just I'll run into you, whatever. But this one kid, he couldn't have weighed more than $120.
Yeah. I saw
dude, his life. I was like, I'm not going.
I saw his face from the other side of the pit. I'm like, oh my god,
feel bad. Like I felt bad. I was like, I don't want to hurt this person and cause an international incident and be like, all those Americans. I'm like, nah. I was like,
counterpoint to that. So I was talking about Travel Under Ice earlier. So my wife doesn't really get close like that. Like she's not like a pit person, whatever. And rightfully, whatever. So I was like, no, we're going to this is special for us. We love this band. We don't get to do anything ever. So I got her to the front. And what I spent most of the time doing was just doing this and helping people onto the stage.
Yeah, dude.
And, like so many people were so thankful. They're like, dude, thank you so much for just like, because it's, it's high.
Yeah, you can be the big guy that helps people.
Dude, it's like, dude, I'm old. I don't need to do all this.
I have 2 Trapped Under Ice tattoos. I love them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which ones?
I have a tattoo that says Streetlight. Okay. That is my favorite song of all time. And then I just have a TUI tattoo. This says TUI.
Just shake my hand. Please meet you.
Look me in the eye. I don't believe you.
I love that album. Dude, that's one of my top 10 favorite albums of all time.
That's actually a big one for you.
It is a big one.
When you make it into a top of anything in Drew, that means that he's had a couple, like right now this is my top 20 band. That's
I will say this. I've been rocking Wraith and Fear.
I just posted them.
I sent it to my drummer that I've been working with, and he's like, dude, this band rips.
They just commented on the post I made of them, and they said, we actually play in G, and he did like one of these emojis.
Oh, damn.
That's a crazy...
I could have done without the emoji, but that's okay.
Yeah. Bold statement, Trapped Under Ice is the Hatebreed of early 2000s.
That's actually pretty good. Yeah, I agree.
That is they are the biggest.
You know what? And I think you're right though, because sorry, we're gonna play more music, but I love this.
It's gonna be a 4.
So like we talked about Hatebreed earlier. You talk about the military, how they all they hear Hatebreed. So we talked about many times like our influence into the hardcore metal world. So when I was a kid, I loved Hatebreed, but I didn't know it was hardcore.
Right.
I didn't know. I mean, I would go from Fear Factory, Slipknot, Hatebreed. I loved this
because they were touring with those bands too.
But I also just loved heavy guitars. I didn't know there was a difference. I'm like 8, 9, 10 years old, so I don't know there's a difference.
Damn, dude, you fucking got in this young, huh?
Oh yeah, dude.
Just look at him. He's starting losing hair.
I was listening to Ace of Base when I was 8 years old, and you were listening to Hatebreed and Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
When Satisfaction came out, like I had that on CD.
That's nuts.
Like I love that shit.
That's
I had
why,
one of those 5
that's why his
CD.
shoulders look the way they do.
I had my whole life. Dude, I had one of those 5 CD changers because I was super cool. Dude, I think in it at any time was always like Hatebreed, but I also like again another old school favorite, Marauder.
Yeah,
dude, when
Marauder.
Master Killer came out, I was like, this sounds like Hatebreed. But I didn't know it was hardcore. Like, dude, obviously I've never left Brevard County. I'm 8 years old, 9, 10 years old. But I don't know. But I'm just like, I love heavy guitars. I like the heavy yelling. I like it. But I didn't know it was like hardcore. I didn't know the difference between metal. But then obviously when I get to high school, there's a whole politic thing, like, once then that's not hardcore, that's not metal. You fucking nerds.
Total nerds. But the
look at
metal.
us now. We're doing podcasts.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
New metal was what did it for me.
No, but I love new metal too. Like I grew up with Fear Factory. I grew up. Well, I that's another hard argument though. Is Sepultura. Like I love Sepultura. Is that new metal?
Well, dude, Roots. Come on. Roots is a new metal album.
Dude,
like, I'm not trying to fight nobody. But
and again, that's one of the top 20 right there.
I'm not trying to like. Oh,
no, I love it.
Ain't trying to fight them. But come on, dude.
But I will.
Like, that's not fucking. I'm like, it's a new metal album. Stop it.
I love it. I mean, if Max Cavalera was in your studio, it's new metal.
Yeah, it was a new metal. Yeah, we wanted to do the guitars.
That's what he talks like.
That's a good fuck.
Dude, I saw Soulfly at Rockville. Dude, honestly, I love Soulfly. And when I saw that, I was like, this is awesome.
That's how exactly how he
I wanted him to play.
How are you doing, Jacksonville?
That's exactly what he does. Dude, he sounds like Cheech and Chong. Stereotypical
Mexican American.
He's like,
God, I sing that song so much all the time.
My favorite thing from that, he goes, yo, it's my work. Just tell him I'm not here. He goes, Frank there? Yeah, he's right here. That's my favorite joke. I decided something. Your mama.
They go to night school, take Spanish, get a B.
Oh, and speaking of new metal, if you want to hear something super funny, on Korn, speaking of new metal, Follow the Leader. Mm-hmm. If you go to the last track and you fast forward, because it was on CD days, you fast forward like 25 minutes, it's an in studio of them all just smoking weed, and they recreate that da-da-da. My mama took it to me because I whipped my sister clothes. Dude, they cover that. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Dude, they get a bad rap, but Korn is sick.
Yeah, Justin does a good Korn. Do Korn again? Yeah, that's good, right?
Dude, the last episode, you're fucking Rob Zombie.
Dude, he does a good Rob.
Chef's kiss.
He does a good Rob.
Check it out.
Dude, the only thing that I can do is a good Greg Mongoloid. That's it.
Let's hear it.
Tornado.
No, he does a good
Tornado.
He does a good Bane also. Have you heard his Bane?
Is anybody feeling me?
I did that to Greg one time in person. He looked at me like, all right. I'm like, yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
Great guy.
Cool.
Thanks. I'm like, sorry.
This is gonna be a long one, and I love it. I don't care.
It, yeah.
I hate my job. Let's go. I don't want to cut anybody off, but I am super excited about this. So RJ turned us on to this band. So our buddies in Mean Jesus have a new song.
Ooh.
And he posted a little teaser about it because I remember talking to him last week about it, and I was like, dude,
it comes out the 30th.
It comes on Halloween.
Halloween.
And I said, dude, if you want, like, this episode will be on after Halloween, like the day after, if you want us to play on the show or whatever. So yeah, this is you can tell it's exclusive because it's Dropbox.
Oh, the fucking heavy music, heavy dads, exclusive.
I just wonder how like disappointed people get, like Power Play, like, dude, could you like 150 plays? It's like, well, whatever. Yeah, but I'm glad that we've met all these cool bands, and Mean Jesus, those guys are rad. So I told them we play it. So the song is actually called Teeth.
Oh, it's not Slowmaster?
That's my name. That's my name. I am Slowmaster.
Oh, so, Slowmaster?
No, so what I really like about this
Mr.
band,
Slowmaster to you.
You might be a little bit familiar with this. So this kind of gives me like a Suicide File ceremony kind of vibe.
Which ceremony?
The one where the guy just put the microphone in his mouth and screamed at people and climbed on rafters. Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, and I know one of the guys in that band was in something big, but I forgot to. But yeah, so this is awesome, dude. The last part of this song, I even messaged like, this is like a massive pylon, right? Like, there's no way like you're not climbing on like World War Z style, you know? So like, pack your fast fight, just like that. That's right.
Sick.
Just off the bat, dude, out of the cage.
No New Balance is safe.
That fucking snare is so tight.
As soon as I heard the two-step, I was like, yeah, well, Artie's gonna love it.
Oh, yeah. I love these guys.
I love a two-step, buddy.
Carry it.
I love parts like that. I just like that, like the anthem-y part. Like,
yeah, it's a good little chorus.
But you're a vocalist. When they're fighting people to sing the fucking lyric into the microphone, that's cool. I like that. That's kind of hardcore that I would like get involved in, I guess.
I fucking love this.
I'm getting old, but I was like, I
never heard this band before. I love it.
Meet Jesus rules.
God, I love that part.
But you can kind of hear that they had that. Like, it's kind of a rocky too, you know what I'm saying?
It's structured so well. Pump the fucking brake. Pump the fucking brake.
I want to see blood.
I like my knife thing.
I want to see those fucking teeth. Fucking
Then pull your tooth out. With the droning guitar in the background, like these people are just. The mic is like over here. Nobody knows where it's at.
That weird thing that he's doing with the guitar makes it so much heavier.
It's that drone, you know? It's like, it implies chaos, which is awesome.
Chaos implied.
Oh,
there it is. Chaos.
Where'd my pen go?
Yeah, that's just like fucking live. It's just fucking mayhem.
Dude.
It's like,
he's not singing that live. Everybody else
God damn.
You're right. That band fucking
It's
slaps.
awesome, dude. And it's so cool how they kind of broke it up with like that, just like that kind of like drony,
Dun, dun, dun,
like
dun, dun, dun.
rocky part in between. And oh, Grover, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Grover approved.
What's up, Grover?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Grover approved. I do. My new band is Chaos Implied.
The Chaos implied.
That is actually pretty solid.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
right?
like that one. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a logo for it when I have time.
But it's cool to see hardcore bands where it doesn't have to be just stupid heavy to be heavy. Like there was I used to love this band from California called Sabretooth Zombie, and they were heavy to be heavy. They used to tour with Ceremony all the time, and they were weird, but it was heavy in like a weird way, and I love that stuff. Plus his vocals that like that kind of shit. That shit is fucking because it's like you could tell that they're pissed.
I want to hear and feel emotions like from like the stage and just be like, oh, what the fuck, you know? We were talking about that earlier, is about like being a fan, and like you are a terrific frontman, like just the energy that you and Tyler, your whole band puts on and stuff like that. As like a listener, you're just like, how could you not want to fucking move? When you seeing like someone perform like that, it's just like, I want to give you as much love as I can. Like,
but it's important to do that though.
It's infectious, is what like it's saying. Like, so when someone's doing that, I'm like, oh man, I could feel it. I don't know this song, or like, and I'll get to a story later on, but like, oh, I want to say I know what you're talking about. I don't know what lyrics you're singing, but I want to know them all, you know, like I just like, I feel it too, you know?
Yeah.
But it's super important what you said too, especially in this type of music. What you were saying, like, oh, I can imagine pylons on this record. That's what I want for my hardcore. I want to be able, exactly. I want to be able, I'm not hearing music. I'm hearing what the live reaction's going to be.
Yeah.
And that's going to be fucking nuts.
And I think I've touched on this multiple times in the past, is like, we talked a little bit about politics off air and all that. Like, I go to see a hardcore band. I don't care what your politics are. I don't care what your weight. You know, I could be totally even polar opposites, but like I'm listening to guitars. I'm listening to the drums. Like I'm listening to like that rhythm, and like it's like that's enough to make me move. You know, and I could put shit aside too. So like that, and like I said, with that pylon, like dude, there's no way. And I think the fact that there's no lyrics there is awesome, because it's like, dude, there's, even if there was, you wouldn't be able to say them.
No,
because the microphone's lost.
Plus, on top of that, like that weird squiggly thing that he does with the guitar, you could just tell that he's just fucking flailing, like just doing whatever. I love that shit.
That's going to be a really great single, and it makes me wonder what the other stuff's going to sound like, you know? Because to me, like that's a record ender, right? That's what would be on the end of the year or whatever.
I have access to the rest.
Ooh. Oh,
another perk of doing a podcast in your 40s.
You're not in your 40s yet. Relax.
Might as well be.
Dude, did you watch the Jawdust story? They just played live last night.
Oh, did they?
I'm so jealous.
That band rips too. I've actually found them because of you guys.
Dude, Jawdust. When I think it was through No Echo. You know that website?
Yep.
Yeah. So I found Jawdust on No Echo like a year ago, maybe a little longer, and I heard that band. I was like, this is it. Like this band is so fucking.
It's so good.
Dude.
They're so cool too.
So good.
They're so cool.
And that's how we found Grave Heist was through them too. And but dude, that band was just like they're hardcore, but they had something just a little extra.
They had their own stamp on it. Yeah, absolutely. And plus, their logo's a fucking frog. I wore their fucking sweatshirt or their long sleeve the first day of Fest, like the white long sleeve that they gave us with the fucking hardcore frog. Dude, they're so like the branding, everything about it is so sick.
That band's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that band.
Come down to Florida. We're trying.
We're trying. Oh, yeah, we're trying to do it. But yeah, me and Jesus, you guys rule. And I told them like, dude, like, you know, we won't always like replay a lot of bands sometimes, but like, you know, we make some bands we kind of get relationships with and shit like that. But you know, but at the same time, like, of course I'm going to support and do all that shit, you know, for them too. And
it ripped.
Yeah, dude, if it rips, I'm going to
And I've never heard that band before, so like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me and Jesus, you guys rule.
We're going to cut. You want me to play another one?
You want me to play one?
Go play it.
All right. So what do? I just tell you?
You just tell it.
Let me know, man.
All right. So
This is rock and roll McDonald's.
Rock and roll McDonald's.
I was just telling you, I'm just gonna play a bunch of like bands that like were huge back in the day. No, we're not doing that. I don't want to do that.
No, don't play Leeway.
So the name of the band is Slice,
All right.
Oh yeah.
and they're
See, that's what pisses me off. You see what Justin just did there? He goes, "Oh yeah," because he already knows.
I'll prove it. Check my Insta.
yeah. And then the song is called Starve.
See, that pisses me off so
I'm
much.
sorry, I can't.
I'm glad that they're getting traction. This band fucking rips.
I'm glad we got him to type it. You bitched about my type it for years. Yeah, thanks.
So they're from Northwest Ohio. I didn't know that there were sections of Ohio. Usually, you thought that people were just like
Yeah, I know.
from that town.
I know a lot about Ohio.
And all those South Florida bands, right?
Yeah, that's where.
Yeah, exactly. But the guest vocals on this is the other band that I like.
I was gonna
called
say Princess. What's that? I don't
they're
know that.
sick too. It's great. I love it. It's hard. It's hard as fuck, but in like not a heavy way.
I love it. Play it, Justin. Jesus Christ.
Is this new?
Yep. New.
Okay.
You just want to bounce.
You said they're from Ohio?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ohio.
Well, they're typically angry, so yeah. That's a fight two-step.
Bro, I love me a two-step.
Little bit of straight, like.
Dude, when you can do fast vocals, that's clean though. That's awesome.
That's like
Is that Daria? Is she in the band?
Oh, this is Piss.
This style of hardcore reminds me of like 90s merging into the 2000s.
That's exactly what I think too.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. We're still like almost punky. Yeah. But I like this. This is awesome.
Both of these girls do it perfect. They both like it's like sometimes you'll have a guest vocal and it's like, man, they do it both such a good job.
Yep.
I like this.
It is tough. I like this.
That's not it.
I love that sound. That like I was saying, like in the 90s going into the 2000s.
Yeah.
Where like there was like a lot of bands like Turmoil. Which
Yeah.
Turmoil like super fucking heavy.
Yeah.
So I like this a lot because there wasn't like a chugga breakdown, but I could imagine the entire time just fucking fist fighting people.
I like speed a little bit.
Yeah.
I like the speed.
Like, cause it's so I do the whole entire thing. Plus, like you were talking about the fast vocal, like it is so important in whatever genre of music you are to stay on beat. Like, you know,
it's hard.
And it is. And like you get like with rappers and stuff like that. Like some of them get like, I also watched the live video. This perfect. She is perfect.
But even to
right on the beat.
But even to maintain syllables.
Yeah.
To maintain like every word you're saying, you're enunciating too. So that was awesome. That was rad.
That was fucking sick.
Dude, I don't know. Like I found that band out from, so I like Princess, right? And I was on the radio on Spotify and that band came on, but they had it's a different song with the dude from Bad Beat. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
No,
band.
I haven't.
That
I'm not
fucking
familiar.
band's sick. And he does like the vocals, like
Like the raspy.
yeah, like the yelly. My favorite band is Outbreak. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Oh,
band
I
before.
like Outbreak.
Dude, I love Outbreak. And so
That's New York, right?
no, Maine. They're Portland, Maine guys.
RJ, is it still New York?
Anything north of North Carolina is all New York.
Yeah, okay. And
I had to go to my guys.
the bassist of that band, of Outbreak, is now is the lead singer Cruel Hand.
Ooh.
And
okay.
so
Yeah, that's kinda cool.
I have a whole Outbreak leg sleeve. I love Outbreak.
Yeah.
I bother him on the internet. He is in Think Fast Records. And
I know Think Fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
And every week I will tag him in.
Poster hunting constantly.
I am constantly hitting him up, being like, "Yeah, so Outbreak, you know, reunion." And like, I could see him like heart it, and I'm like, I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm coming for you. You're going to fucking do an Outbreak reunion show. Somehow.
Justin, can you play the Law and Order Gung Gung real quick?
It will happen. Every week I'm like,
I wasn't serious, but okay. That's actually a copywritten piece of music, by the way.
oh, dude, this is it.
That used to be my text tone.
What is that though? Like, what is
It's
that?
multiple. Okay, actually, do you really want to know?
Oh no.
Yeah. You
No.
You
What
made the
it is-
mistake of asking.
And
So
there is a weird law that's written. It says that anything recorded with a series of instruments can be considered a musical piece. So the musical coordinator or whatever for this, he had multiple different instrument sections play different pitches all at the same time to the same beat. So therefore, it's considered a piece of music.
So that dude just knew how like to make money. He was like, "This is gonna get famous, and we're gonna get money every time someone plays it."
Or the motherfucker want royalties. Listen, if Ice-T's talking for me, like something.
But like when someone.
So you got a song?
yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting excited, dude. Slice that band, fucking
Dude, and it's the best part is that it's like that. It's like fast and fun.
You know how I know they're not on Bandcamp? Because I haven't found it.
They might not be.
Dude, honestly, I got like a remember the band Strung Out?
Yeah.
Dude, that cover reminded me of like America Paradox, like right away. I was like,
To the coolest name and
let you. Oh god damn, I haven't heard that album in like 20 years.
this next band is called Soul Prison.
Oh, you're playing them. Hell yeah.
This is one of the bands that I couldn't believe reached out to us because they
Yeah.
rule.
This
Soul
song
Prison. That's what my ex-wife did to me.
this song is called Shards.
Also,
That's what's left.
equally.
That's what's left
from my
from my
ex-wife. Such a dad joke. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Ex-military member dad joke.
I don't have a VA that still affects me. I can't believe they reached out to us. This band rules, dude.
Are you afraid of the dark?
I should have done that for the Halloween intro.
Ooh, he caught it.
Can you see the TV?
Yeah.
Okay,
There's
I
just a
lit the
glare.
light up for you. I know.
There's a guy shaving with an axe. I see it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was a vision test.
Yeah.
Starts off with a dive bomb. Let's go, me go.
I still cannot believe they reached out to us. That's so
I
good.
think the record label reached out.
Even bigger. Sick.
Have you heard of them?
No.
No. This band rules.
That's West Virginia waste management right there.
Oh, there's some dude in a white beater.
First Blood. I got like a huge, like First Blood. California vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Start out strong.
That's so tough. We're talking about the speed, right?
It's like a 2004, 2006.
Very blackened hardcore.
You remember that part?
With like withdrawal. Yeah. Like a withdrawal kind of, or.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
The chorus. Yeah. Like,
oh, I like this. I like this one. Oh, yeah, they rule. They really have captured a lot of like all of the current trends and elements kind of going into like metal, hardcore, and I do enjoy it. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
the like stressed chords in the background really add to it. I like it a lot.
Layering, dude. Like, add the fucking layers, man.
Oh.
It's like heavy.
Oh no, did he get lost?
I love it.
Ooh, that came out of nowhere.
Not only did it come out of left field, but they changed the BPM.
Yeah.
So like they really dramatically. They teased it too. What the fuck?
Is it him? It's himself?
I don't know.
It's about killing yourself.
Oh, it's about burying yourself. Oh my
Soul
God.
prison.
You know
Yeah.
what? That rules. I cannot believe they reached out to us because last episode he showed me the list and I was like, "What? Are you serious?" There's like at least 4 or 5 bands on that list, and I'm like, I kind of like, I don't want to say glanced over. Like I just they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we try to focus on the smaller bands and stuff like that. It's like they reached out.
Yeah.
Of course.
Once in a while, it's cool to be able to be like, at least give yourself a little bit of credit, man. Like, I think that, like, your platform is big enough now where bands like that will reach out to you.
No, and that's cool. I just never think about it. I never expect it either.
The first one that kind of like surprised me is when Knock 'Em Dead reached out to us, and I was like, "Is this the same Knock 'Em Dead?" And I went on
Hamlet?
Spotify and I had already liked songs from their older stuff, and they came out with new stuff. I was like, "Oh."
I grew up listening to Knock 'Em Dead.
Or Will to Live was another one. You know, I was like,
that threw me off for the loop because I thought it was like new bands come out with like the same name, you know, sometimes, and I was like, "There's no way that's Will to Live."
Yeah.
And then he played the song. I was like, "Holy
That's
shit,
crazy.
that's
That's Will
the
to Live."
same Will to Live that I used to do."
Fun story. Real quick.
because the vocalist is from South Florida, right? Yeah.
Dude, they're,
Yes.
they're a Miami band. So I went to this thing
So is Knock 'Em
called Eulogy Fest.
I remember Eulogy Fest.
Eulogy Fest.
Eulogy Records was around.
Yeah, and
You're Spent Cold.
I was supposed to
Eulogy
go I was supposed to go get a job at this hotel the day after, but during Knock 'Em Dead, I got punched in the nose and my nose got broken and I didn't get the job because I went there with like blood and everything. And because of that, the next day I went to the recruiting office and joined the Navy. So I told Hamlet that. I'm like,
I was gonna say I'll reach out to Hamlet and
yeah,
but
I told, because Hamlet was on the Spit Truth 3 song. He does the song. He does the end part where the song about my mom.
really,
Yeah, and yeah, I told him that. I'm like, you're the reason I joined the military because I had absolutely no option after I got my nose broken because of your set.
chain of events, man. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that was it. I was like, oh, I guess I had to join the military now.
Counterpoint, it worked out.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Thanks, Hamlet.
All of those screams at
I
night.
don't like Shakespeare. I don't like Shakespeare.
Yeah. Hamlet. No, he's a super nice guy. He is just, like, he's always liking and engaging and stuff like that. He's
He's a
sweetheart.
barber in LA now.
He's a big barber in LA.
Yeah.
Like he's
Wait, the guy in this band?
no, Hamlet from
Hamlet from
Knock 'Em
Knock 'Em
Dead.
Dead.
Oh, yeah. It's funny because it's fun. A lot of the guy that filmed all the videos for the current Knock 'Em Dead, I actually had sold them guitar cabinets when I was making them. So it was cool to see like people that I kind of knew, but like I knew Knock 'Em Dead was like a South Florida band, back especially when they were around. But it was, I don't know. It is weird. Like you said, hardcore is such a small world, and sometimes you don't think about it, but it really is.
It's tiny.
Like
it's tiny.
If you know people, you know people. It's a weird. I mean, counterpoint. I've been at Publix and there's Florida Frank from Haprey just buying sushi. Yep.
Yeah, there's. I've seen Freddie Madball at the fucking Whole Foods in Boca, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, I have a giant.
Is that where he
Madball
lives?
I don't know if he was there just visiting or whatever.
Are you going to go to
like,
the Haprey show?
What?
He's not gonna be here.
I'm not going to be in the United States.
The Madball.
I'm going to be with the coconut crabs. That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to be in the
show.
Pacific. I want to go to Blood Axe in Japan. That's like the leading hardcore festival there.
Well, I want to go to Blood Axe in Japan. What the fuck?
Yeah, and that's like my thing. Is like I want to take vacation time to go and do that.
Yeah.
When I'm in the Pacific.
One thing that just to add on to that, my cousin, who he's been in the Navy for a long time and he lives in Guam, and he's like, dude, like you can hop, skip, and fly around to all those places for so cheap because he's right there. And he's like, dude, I used to go to Japan for New Year's Eve. I go to Thailand for some other festival, for their whatever they're celebrating. I don't know. I don't know much about the world. I just know who has the nukes.
Yeah. All right. Man,
not Iran anymore.
The world is so small now, The world is so small now.
Sorry, I got violent.
Cut it.
I will. I'll cut it out.
Cut it out.
I'm just before I say some really hot button, I'm just gonna be like, all right, cut it.
So say it.
Let me.
First of all, if you support Iran, you shut up. Shut up.
I like what Vinnie did earlier, where he like put his hands out and he's like, "Here's the line." Like,
well, hold on. Bookmark this. Yeah. The Iranians.
Hey, don't worry. I'll hear it.
Yeah.
Like, Iran. Mark.
They wanted to. I told you, like they wanted to sell me on going to Iraq the first time. I'm like, no.
Oh,
like, no, it's actually not that bad. I'm like, nah.
I got a funny story for you. I'll fire about that. Anyway, whose turn is it? Is it my turn?
It's yours.
Is it my turn? Okay, good. So this is a local band. Ooh. And I've been wanting to play them for a while. And I don't know why. I felt like they were local guys, and they started liking our stuff a lot. And I found them through Ian from Beast Plague because he had posted them. And I'm a huge... Obviously, like I know the show doesn't cater to like just hardcore. We do a lot of metalcore stuff. We do a lot of work. So one of my favorite bands of all time is Botch.
Great.
I love Botch, and I love like kind of like that weird spazzy whatever they do. So this band's from Orlando. It's called Hysteresis.
What?
Yeah. I don't want to tell you what Hysteresis is because it would be nerdy. But anyway, so this band is from Orlando, and if there's ever been a band that I've ever found that sounded just like Botch, like, this is it. And I messaged him. I was like, hey, can I play you guys? And they're like, yeah, of course. And go to it. So that's Spontaneous Acts of Violence. This song.
It's a sick name for a song.
Well, I
love it.
When you hear it, it makes sense.
Is there a way you can turn that up on Bandcamp a little bit more?
Yep.
What I love was when a band matches imagery to like their sound.
Yeah.
I thought the seat clamp was like the perfect like.
Oh, dude, 100%.
But if you like bands like Botch,
Colesk maybe. It's a Koleski.
Oh yeah, I just saw them. Awesome. But there was like that weird era in like 2003 to like 5 where you had a lot of weird bands
like the Noodle.
Yeah.
Because you can clearly tell that C clamp isn't being used for a mechanic purpose. Because,
no.
Yeah.
It's being used for torture.
Yeah.
And these kids are young, dude. Like, they're super young.
I like the ping. The ping of the drum.
Yep.
Oh, dude, it's about to get heavy.
Kind of got like a horsewhip tone.
It does have that kind of...
Which I saw on too. That's over.
I fucking love this shit, dude. I love this shit so much.
Dude, and they have like a chant part? A crowd part?
Dude, that drum's nasty, dude.
The drummer is actually really cool. I like what he's crazy.
Yeah, that's a must see live kind of situation.
Dude, 100%.
Dude.
Dare I say, under the floorboard, Dillinger Escape Plan?
No, it's very.
I don't think that's wrong.
No. It's the same energy for sure.
Yeah.
The cool and bad thing about this band is I would love to hear them with like a hi-fi recording when they actually have like time to go in the studio and layer shit, but at the same time, I don't think it would have the same vibe.
Right. Like, do you think like bands like this?
We've had this exact conversation before.
Because I think that's what made it fucking sick. Is that it like sounds like
exactly.
it was recorded.
It's like
I don't want to hear it better. I want to hear it like it sounds. And
right.
It's just pure chaos.
We were saying before it would take actually more work now to try to get something that sounds like a home recording versus like studio now. Before, like, it's just like I remember back like just jamming around. You put a microphone in the middle of the room and you just try to like see just for yourself, and you'd be like, this kind of sounds kind of cool, actually. Like the way like you get the whole room echo kind of deal. I love the grittiness of it.
You remember in like the early 2000s, bands like this would tour with like hardcore bands. Like you remember when like Psyopus went on tour with the Acacia Strain or
yes,
like
I
stuff
do.
like that.
I was at that show.
Yeah, I was at that show too.
Really?
In West Palm Beach at this place called Ray's Downtown Blues, and I think Job for a Cowboy was on that.
Is that place still open?
No.
And Job for a Cowboy was on it.
Yeah,
sure.
that was like when Psyopus came on stage and we heard it. I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, it's weird. It's crazy.
And the guy, you know that dude plays guitar for Hank the Third.
Really?
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's remember how we said we're not plebeians because we listen to different type of music. That dude literally could play anything because he could play. The guitarist for I forgot what the name of this famous country guy is.
Jelly Roll.
No,
George Strait.
No, blonde guy.
Chris Gaines.
Garth Brooks.
No, dude, I'm being serious. This guy, his guitarist, his guitarist wears like a Integrity hoodie every time on stage.
No way.
Yeah, it was on Lamb Goat at one point.
I probably saw that post.
Yeah, and I was like, this dude. He's like, yeah. So I guess like you pull from the hardcore scene.
Yeah, we were talking about a bunch of adjacent stuff earlier. Yeah. Oh man,
it was great.
I got so much caffeine inside of me. It's insane because we went to Starbucks and then I just housed that fucking monster.
That's my number one concern about the island.
Is that having enough caffeine?
Yeah, is that I'm like, I have been used to, those meds I took like for my knee my antidepressant and my anti-acid reflux pill.
Yeah.
I down them every morning with a Monster or a Celsius. So, like every morning.
You're either going to have like shit water for like a coffee or if it's going to be the greatest, strongest coffee you've ever had.
Military mud, bro. That's what it is. It's delicious. It's not, it tastes like turpentine.
Like he's having so many band names this episode.
Military mud? Mm-hmm. That's a good one. It's what we used to call coffee.
That's how I know.
We're back. Yeah.
I can actually see the waveform. Like that, so we come back.
There's science to it. What you got, Vinny?
All right. So I see there's a Counterparts poster over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So this is
one behind you too.
Yeah. This is I can't see behind me. All right. But this is Japan's answer to that.
Yep.
All right. Universe. Last.
No, there's more to the band.
Yeah. There's just this weird. Ward.
Oh, award?
No.
Okay. No, we're not going to do it, but I get it.
All right.
It's the band. What's the name of the song?
Oh, fuck. Something love. Just put love.
I can get crazy. I can play a Philippines answer.
There it is.
Counterparts too.
Love for all.
Yeah. There you go. It's a music video.
I love me a Counterparts.
Are we supposed to Science Theater 3000 this and just like...
Hold on. We'll talk afterwards.
We want to do that.
Steven's idea.
I think that's when they were born. There's no way this band's from 1984.
These kids also don't look like they were born in 1984 either.
No, Japanese people live forever.
They don't age either.
Yeah, they don't age. It's like, yeah.
This is sick. Yes, I like this. I don't know what it's saying.
This is in Osaka. Dude, I love this band. I saw them live once.
You see this live?
Osaka. I'm gonna go to Osaka.
You said you seen this live?
Yeah. And they don't miss a beat, dude. They do this all live. It's crazy.
This is so fucking tight. Jesus.
I'm gonna reference the band after this set.
I love. This is so different.
That weird transition, I love it.
But it worked. It flew into it, yeah.
It's kind of like that post-hardcore.
Some hardcore in there too. It's almost like
You hear like the soul in the background.
Super major.
it actually almost sounds like old China Lude. Yeah. Like early. Yeah. This is right out there. Give it fight by your demon. Come on.
He's wearing a Come In Correct shirt.
Is this a
25 to life shirt?
Is this a recent song?
Yes, and no. 2022.
Okay.
This is Chicago written. I love it. This is Chicago written all over it, bro.
This is huge.
What happens when hardcore kids can actually play their instruments?
So pretty.
Strings. Yeah. Weird, right? We love for all.
Okay, I love this. This is awesome.
So the way that I can explain it to you is when I saw them at this tiny little place in Osaka.
So you were in Japan when you saw this.
Is that... Remember how we were just talking about feeling the emotion?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You, like... You felt it. Like, you felt that dude's, like... I couldn't understand... This is the best part about it. I couldn't understand a goddamn thing they were saying, right? Because it's mostly in Japanese. But you felt like that dude was really, really...
That's what I was saying earlier. It's like, dude, I hear the guitars. I hear what the drums are doing. Like, it's just like, I know it's emotional. Like, sometimes you just kind of interpret it like your own... I don't know.
Yeah, dude, it's... I would say that there's more to this band, and it is...
That's a band I'd definitely dive into.
Dude, please. More. It's honestly, like, that's... I wanted to, like, kind of bring something that I've seen some of these bands live. Same thing when I told you about that band in Colombia. When I go on vacation or when I try to go around the world, I try to like experience what I love, and I love to see new hardcore bands.
I did that in Chicago. It was disappointing.
Oh, whatever. It's okay if it's disappointing. Like, you know, like, but at least you say, like, you know, like, again, like I've been to shows and like I went to that show in Colombia and I was like, yeah. But then I saw that one band and I was like, yo, this is fucking hard.
Yeah.
Right. But my favorite thing about like the Japanese is how when I went there, it's crazy how respectful
they have a different culture.
It is so.
It's awesome.
I was with my then girlfriend, and when this dude would like talk in the middle of sets, everyone would be quiet. And I just felt like really uncomfortable because like it was super quiet in there while he was like talking about whatever emotional thing that he was talking about. And then she's like, "Oh, well, what do they do in America?" I'm like, "We like yell at them to more rockless talk."
You yell "Freebird" real loud in the back of the.
that is pretty cool, and that's something that Osaka is actually on my bucket list. I want to go to Osaka. My mom went there. She went to Tokyo she sold some Tokyo wine for her old job. And she got to go to Tokyo, and then she went to Osaka. And I was like, dude, Osaka, I want to go there one day.
It's great. Like the music scene there is great. And like I'm telling you right now, metalcore, no one does it like the Japanese. Dude, honestly, if you go in there, there's like Visions of Fatima or all sorts of different things. Like, my God, is it like there's a band called Statecraft, and they were like from the 90s. That was Japanese hardcore, like Japanese metalcore, and they just they blow it out of the water.
Let me ask you this, since you've actually seen music over there. So there's always been the joke that, like, you know, anybody that's not Western civilization gets it later. You know, I'm just asking, is there truth to that?
Yeah, man. Have you ever seen Sand? They're all wearing jorts.
No. But what I'm saying is, dude, there's a couple of I forgot what the band within the sales or whatever. But they sound like they're straight out of 2012. Like, but they're killing it. They, like, you know, an August Burns Red, like heart metalcore kind of sound. But I wonder, like, but also a lot of the bands that I find, especially because, dude, when I see your bands not from America, I'm like, oh. I'm excited because I want to hear it. But a lot of these bands we found are, you know, from mostly Europe, but then you get the Indonesia, you get a lot of Philippines, you get a lot of, you know, Southeast Asia, you know, stuff. And it's like they're playing stuff that was popular 15, 20 years ago. But at the same time, it's coming around here in America.
The resurgence back all around.
Resurgence, but at the same, but this, you see, you saw this band like years ago.
Yeah,
so it's like, you know,
the resurgence in the States is back, but it's more like a crossover resurgence to where, like, overseas it feels like it's almost a copy paste of like an old sound or like a whatever.
That's actually
what
true,
I would
though.
say is this: I'm not the authority of Japanese music. I'm not a Japanese person. I don't want to talk about. Get out now! Yeah, I want to talk about them and their culture. But what I will say is this: is that the world is much smaller now, right?
Oh yeah.
But I think that they had such a history in metalcore already.
I think
that it's probably so easy for them to just jump back into it. And there is a lot of things that we don't know that comes from Japan that actually came here and bled through our music. Like
you're totally
so like
even the style of dancing and stuff like that is like that whole Japanese style is coming over here, and it's like fucking
it's super crazy, dude. That I would say this is that, like, even though the world is much smaller, like they have some of. They are so dedicated to their music there, like that. It is crazy to see how, like,
take note.
A band, dude, but it's the truth. Like, you know what? Like, so this band is from 2020. That song was from 2022, and it said 1984, but they could very well be that way. Numb, Sand, they're all not new bands. They're old as shit. Like they're from the 90s.
The first band I heard, and this is a throwback, Rufio. Remember Rufio?
Yeah.
So I heard a little bit of like so the first vibe I got from them was like a little bit of like, you know, like the I say modern punk, but, you know, like the 2010s, like pop punk, but a little bit heavier. But then I was like, oh, that sounds like Rufio. But then, so when they kept going with it, but they were having like the really big chords, like, you know, the big giant chords. It's like, dude, this is fucking Shai Hulud, bro.
Yeah, it's great. I love it a lot. I think that there is a lot of stuff out of there that is really, really, really good.
It's all good. Dude, that was awesome.
That's the other thing. It's like, you know, like, I'll say this, like, metalcore is pretty big in South Florida. We have Morning Again, we have Strong Arm, we have Shai Hulud. A lot of those bands are from here, right? But
keep talking.
The one thing that I will say that they beat us on for sure is that it wasn't just like a chug Slayer riff, like, right? They like, that dude is probably, I don't want to talk because I'm not a good guitarist either, but that dude's probably classically trained. That's not just like. It's just like that.
That's actually actually true, because we were talking about like different cultures, like you're saying, between sets. So there is and I know this is kind of like an American stereotype that we have about different countries, like, oh, they have more discipline than us, and it might be true. I don't know, because like I am a guitar player. I've been playing since I was a little kid. Like, dude, do you know how hard it would be for me to sit down and like really practice something? Like, I'm talking now. Obviously, it's harder when you're an adult. Like you said, you have kids.
100%.
And, you know, but when I was a little kid, like, all I wanted to do was write music. I don't want to practice music. I want to write music. So it's like maybe there is something to that. I don't know.
Well, that's the other thing too, is that like if you think about it, that country is not like the United States. Like you don't just here we're like we're gonna go tour, I'm gonna play different states. But the reality is that when you go to Japan, there's only like 5 or 6 cities that you could actually hit, right?
So it's a smaller
right, it's a smaller demographic, right? So a lot of those dudes, like like they're not. I would say that they're not riding to tour. They're writing to write.
Yeah.
And that's how music should, honestly. And don't get me wrong, touring is awesome and playing shows is cool. But man, and this has kind of been like me and our just kind of like bane of existence with the podcast too, is like, dude, just being in that room and making noise. Like that's the coolest feeling ever.
100%.
Like and that's the fucking coolest fucking feeling ever. When like you and a drummer have been working together and you finish that part and it's just.
Because like how many? Let's be honest here. How many Japanese bands are like Cruelty, where they get to come to the States very often and do that stuff?
Yeah.
There's bands like over there like Superstructure or a bunch of different bands that sure they got a little bit of exposure here because like maybe $20 Spin put out their record or stuff like that, but they don't get that exposure that we do here, right? Because like we have this, you could tour a gigantic mass of land in the United States, right?
Yeah.
And it's not the same over there. It's the same thing with like the dudes in Real House of Hate from Colombia. Like you can't there's like 3 cities that you can actually do there.
That's actually something interesting that we've touched on multiple times and we never really gotten a true answer from. So like, for example, one of my favorite bands from South America, Entre Fuego. I did not know that they were a giant band in the 90s too, because I just found them, later in life. But one thing that we always ask is like, so you were in Japan, obviously, to watch this band. So when I don't know, and I know technology is a thing, and we all have apps on our phones. But does Japan use the same method of listening to music that we do? Like obviously,
like a Spotify.
Like we have Spotify. We have Bandcamp is worldwide. That's why I love Bandcamp. I love Bandcamp. I don't even go on Spotify, but. Can you attest to that at all? I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
So I would say that it has become Spotify. I like before I went there, I saw the local show.
Okay.
And then my at that time girlfriend was like, we're gonna go see this. And I'm like, okay. And I was able to Spotify all of them. But the different things, like there has to be something else, man. Because to be honest with you, when you go on the Spotify, this how many views does this video have?
I could tell you how many monthly listeners they have.
It's got less than 6,000.
Yeah,
so.
and that's crazy.
And
I'm telling you right now, if that band was from Georgia, they would have like 30,000.
But that's the whole podcast,
right?
It's like, dude. So we see something. It's got like 10. Like
they only have 577,
which is ridiculous.
Listeners.
That band is so.
Doesn't that make you upset?
It does, because that band's music is. You take every single metalcore band that just came out. It's obnoxious.
This is the entire principle of the platform.
Welcome to heavy music hot dogs.
And it's just because, god damn it, that band is so fucking good.
That's what we do all the time. It's like we'll play a band. I'm like, holy fuck, and we go 137 months in this. What the fuck?
Yeah,
and I know different countries. Obviously, Japan is a little bit more, with the world than some Eastern European countries and stuff that I've found stuff from. But it's like, it's insane to me. And obviously, maybe they have different platforms over there. I don't know. I know China has their own version of Facebook that we don't have, and I get that. But it's just wild to me. But it's like, you said Indonesia earlier. I was like, dude, Indonesia, Philippines, dude, Asia kills it, dude.
My last band's from Indonesia.
I can't wait to hear it.
And honestly, dude, like God, if I won the fucking lotto, my first thing would be bringing some of these bands over here, and I would just tour with them. Because it's honestly
so sick,
because they deserve so much more.
Yep. And you know what the crazy thing is about? It's like, so I'm an old school New York hardcore guy. I love New York hardcore. I love that. That's
You're stoked on his Come and Correct shirt?
A little bit. Not really, but
it's really weird to see it's really weird to see a melodic hardcore band from Japan wearing like a fucking $25 shirt.
Well,
it is very weird.
It's like that Last Defeat band, and the vocalist is wearing a Kids Like Us shirt. You're like you see, I'm like, where'd you get that shirt, dog?
You're also in France.
Buy that.
You're also in France where alligators don't live.
Yeah, like
it's wild. No, but it's cool because I do think there's like the adaptation of culture and all that shit. But it's like, dude. So what I was saying is like New York hardcore. So like you say New York hardcore to me, like Agnostic Front, Madball. That's what I love. I grew up sick of it all. H2O. I love that shit. But now if somebody comes up to me and says Indonesia, I'm like, keep talking because they're killing it. And not only in just the hardcore world, but like the melodic hardcore, like more of the metalcore stuff.
There's a band from Jakarta called Wormrot. They're like a
Wormrot rule.
Yeah, dude, that band's fucking sick.
I love Wormrot.
You know where I found them? I found them because there was that video of them playing in a barn in Indonesia, and it was like there was like a goat that just came by and just was staring at them, and they're like, all right, fuck this, and then you're like,
that's the best video ever.
Yeah. Or they played in a bus.
That's the best video.
Yeah, it's because it's they have to like that's. We are so spoiled.
We are
so spoiled.
And that's a good point. I want to bring up one point about that before we go on to the next song. So I forget what the band was. I don't remember if I found it or RJ found it, but there was a band from Indonesia, and they're playing in the most beautiful house you've ever seen. And this is just a point to how spoiled we are in the United States, is that they're playing this big, beautiful house. But for some reason, in my American brain, when I think Indonesia, I'm thinking, huts.
It's okay.
But that's okay. But that's an ignorant brain.
I love the fact that you're able to say that because it makes you seem less ignorant, because at least you can talk about it.
Well, I've read a lot of books since then. but it's true that but we always assume different things in different societies, and that sucks. But it's cool that music is showing me. It's like, dude, these guys. I remember we're watching this music video from. I can't remember if it was from. It was Southeast Asia. And I'm like, dude, that house is fucking tits, bro. That's better than my house. What the fuck?
Yeah,
so it's like, god damn, I want to live in that guy.
You're out here working 90 hours a week to be able to afford like a house, and over there they're like,
they're like playing them the sickest breakdowns in like this A-frame beautiful house. I'm like, bro, who did your tile, dude? What the fuck? But that is kind of a thing too. In the internet is good and bad in that sense. It's like, well, you can assume things, but at the same time, dude, a lot of people are just playing music just like we are.
100%.
And also, anger exists everywhere in the world. So
and so
It's universal.
anger is universal. Write that down.
To just break this off before we go to the next song, like I'll tell you this much. So you work 80 hours a week. It is so normal for these people in Japan to work exuberant amount of hours, and they only have Sunday off, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And at Sunday, so the reason why they're on Sunday, they go like in Osaka. I remember going on Sundays, they would go to like the downtown area dressed like in wedding gowns and like all sorts of crazy shit, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Is this something special? Or they were like do this stuff and like, no, that's just what they do to like burn off steam. Is like they get to be like this weird wacky person on Sunday.
I love it.
And that's like the coolest thing.
You get to express what they want to do.
Right. And so something like this is that like, dude, I bet you that those dudes, they need this hardcore, because how many of those guys are like have to put on a suit on Monday morning and like go work like a 12-hour day as like a salary man over there.
And that's what I love about like the hardcore metal community is like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like I'm going here, I'm gonna let off steam, and but I do enjoy like the different like, man, it's crazy that we don't see the world like we should. You know what I mean?
36% of Americans only have passports, man. That's what's with the other.
I let mine expire so they couldn't send me to Canada.
What's the other 64? And that's where we got to look.
It is kind of a thing. I don't know, but also YouTube exists, so
yeah,
you can watch something.
You could
learn something.
Yeah,
I learned something just now. I like it.
I fucking love it.
Yeah,
I love you.
Yeah, I love this. I'll never tell you that.
Why?
I just won't do it. Don't even try.
So macho. He doesn't even kiss me. It's crazy. Yeah.
Because that's gay.
I was in the Navy.
Yeah, right.
Kissing dudes.
Yeah,
pretty much part of my
my Marine buddy at work says things about you guys.
They kind of tie. I'm going to tie in a perfect segue. So my next band's from Italy, and I actually saw them at Fest, and I was going to save them for a little bit later, but just stick on the whole emotion and just being able to feel it. I had no idea what their song was about, and
you never heard of them before then.
Never heard of them before
That's
then,
awesome.
and so I found them I listened to a Fest playlist, and I'm like, this band's playing.
I did the same thing.
I want to do this. So this band's called Regrowth. I'm actually wearing their hat. I bought a shirt. Like I talked to them. They're like fucking.
You
dope.
showed me this in the car, and I was like, "Yeah, this is sick."
I showed you a different song because I didn't want you to get all of it. But the song that I picked is "Against Me." It's like one of their more recent singles.
Perfect for Fest.
You couldn't have not thought about that. No, now we're gonna get a bunch of "Against Me."
Well, dude, this is a problem that we commonly.
The song, this is a band.
You might have to find a Bandcamp
They have the other stuff.
Would you believe that I cut this out more than other things?
Yeah, probably. The band is called Eye Against Eye, and the song is called Cro-Mags. And
No, my favorite one is when like the band's called like It Hurts. It's like, oh no other band has ever done that before. Oh, let's see. Oh,
Italians with emotions. Get out of here.
Carabas, when you're here, your family. That's
Olive Garden.
You didn't know that earlier.
Yeah, I didn't.
All right, so they only have one track on Bandcamp, and then they have the other songs, but they don't have the one you want.
It's like it says against me right there.
Oh wait, here it is.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Come to HMHD for fun.
I got so into the Bandcamp thing that I was like, oh,
It's a picture of him vaping. I don't like it.
This band's from Italy, and I think Drew would like this.
I don't think we've done Italy yet. Wow.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I hear delay pedals. Still haven't found my reverb that I want yet.
This is when I saw them, nobody was giving them the love that they deserved, and I exerted myself to the point where
Dude, bring wallet chains back.
Dude, 100. Thank God you said that.
Bring
Because
fucking wallet chains back. What the fuck? I want to rock one, dude.
I'm so sorry for the great day of life. I am lost.
God, what a line.
Nothing guilty for the people that I fight. I have to work with these guys to keep my essence free.
Wow. I'm getting like old understanding a car crash Thursday. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you like rethinking all of your life choices by listening to these lyrics?
This reminds me of like going on MySpace like back in the day. We said that.
I've been working on this thing for a while, and I'm gonna leave no
fucking goosebumps.
I just
This is awesome.
that I'm away from me.
Dude, just straight goosebumps, dude.
I got chills.
It's capturing a moment in time that I fucking love.
I love that this lyrics.
They're singing in English now.
Yeah.
That's that dude's house.
You know, it's crazy. Whenever we listen to emotional shit, we're quiet. This is awesome.
It's so
I would have been right there with you, fucking.
I was like
The whole band, though, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Dude, they have other stuff that's more on the metalcore, like more breakdowns, almost kind of like. Dude, listen to all their stuff because it's like a whole package.
One Pine Productions, like it.
Dude, I'm upset at the quality of life that I've lost. I was like, Jesus, that's such a heavy line.
Dude,
There's a couple things. Well, no, keep going. It's
all I'm saying is that
I can
like
imagine seeing that live though.
I was
Like, that's-
but like what sucked is there was a bunch of nerds that did not give them enough respect that they deserved. This dudes was like alligator float and like they needed like
band floats,
dude.
Sorry. I know
dude.
you guys did that in your music video, and I don't hate you, but
Anyways, but like they deserved. That was their first time being in the States. Like they played a few shows in Florida.
He's literally flew 2,000 miles to give himself to you.
And so when he
literally did that,
dude, when he was like, "We're from Italy," like this first time mistake, like, and I was just like, dude, like, and they sounded so fucking good. I'm like, you guys are a bunch of fucking nerds. I'm like I pitted harder for them than I did like some other bands because I love hardcore, like just like the rest of us, but like that emotional shit fucking hits me harder than anything else. Like,
well, the interesting thing, and I'm kind of curious because you've seen bands overseas, and this is another topic that we talked about. It's like, why do so many bands overseas have songs in English? Is that on purpose, or is that like a thing, or
so I'll tell you this much, it's crazy. My ex-wife, right, like, and again, just to talk about like and the people that I know in Colombia, like, so this is something that's very American, guys. Like, we only speak one language. A lot of those people
I know that
a lot of those people in Japan, and so a lot of them know the lyrics.
They're bilingual,
right? They're bilingual, and a lot of them know that. And so, for example, in Colombia, there's always going to be a dude that speaks English, right? And it's just more accessibility, right?
That's what I've always thought.
It's more accessibility, but the other thing is you have to understand that most of the world like knows English.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Right.
It's like most of them they learn English in high school.
Right.
Like we learn Spanish here, and they don't even learn that. So.
No, but we really don't. Like,
No,
you know,
I know we do.
So Japanese people learn English from like the beginning, and then in Venezuela, like when they're young. In Venezuela, we learn English in pre-K.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, because you know that you're going to need that to be a successful person in your like career path or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much where it's at. It's like, you know, the reason why I speak English so well, being from Venezuela, right, is because I was taught English in Venezuela. Like, that's why I don't have an accent, because then I came here and like I learned it, right? But, like learned it for real.
You flew in Spanish?
Yeah, yo puedo hablar español, you know. Se hablo muy bien.
Se habla.
Se habla español un poquito.
Pierre La Baño.
El baño.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Toilet.
Toilet.
No, but what I thought was cool about this, because I've also said this too, is I said that this kind of music's lyrics are also the same as hardcore lyrics.
Yep, it's just a different tone.
Like Jamie Johnson's not saying anything different than that.
No, absolutely not.
But the cool part is the one thing that made me think about this band is like, where was his Italian lyrics? Are they saying the same thing? Like, or is he being more? I don't know. Like when I write lyrics, I try to be more like storytelling. I don't necessarily say like the blunt what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so like,
yeah.
did it just like basically translate into that, or was he saying, I don't know, I don't speak Italian, so
I don't know.
It's the same thing with the Japanese one. Like, you know, I think that the best part about us having to listen to that in both of their languages was that we had to kind of feel the emotion through it.
Yeah.
And so that even though like we got some English words in the Japanese band and some English words in the thing, it's like we have to feel the emotion.
Well, that's how I've always been, though. It's like, dude, like sometimes I've always said that the guitar, drums, and bass could be lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I've always been. Like that could have been an instrumental, but I still would have heard it.
That's what I was about to say something like that. If there was no subtitles on that, you still would have felt something, right? You could just hear it like behind his voice.
Absolutely.
Of, like, just the way he delivered all that to where you're just like, oh my God. And like I said, I listened to him like the day before. I was like, well, I'm going to add this to my list. And if I can make it, they played at like 10 o'clock at night. Like I said, a bunch of nerds was there. And I wish there would have been 10 more of me of just like, I don't know what you're saying, but dude, I just fucking feel I want to connect with you somehow. And that's what I think hardcore and just music in general is completely situational, but it's universal. Like, doesn't matter where you're from or what, like everyone's gone through something. But that's why I bought a hat. I also bought a shirt. It says fast music for sad people. And I think that encapsulates that perfectly. And also,
which is hardcore.
which is hardcore, dude.
It basically is.
Yeah. And I guess I have hair. I guess they were talking that they thought I was bald.
Yeah, a lot of members in Spit Truth thought he was bald because he always wears a hat. And we all thought like he was like the dude that like wears like a sick hat to like hide the bald.
Yeah.
But
he's like, oh, we're eating hot dogs. And he's like, oh, you got hair? I'm like, yeah. I thought you were bald. I was like,
yeah, the best part too about like that music made up for the guy's infinity tribal tattoo in the chain wallet.
Dude, it's come back. It's all back.
Italian wife beaters go tight in the
Yeah. I was like, man,
that ain't no Walmart.
the
special.
Android phone and the fucking badly rolled spliff. I was like, all right, man. Like,
I saved. So it's weird because, and forgive me, we've met a handful of times and I know what kind of band you're in. So I kind of picked certain songs that were maybe a little bit more hardcore. But after talking to you, like, yeah, I played so much shit. And that's my fault. But I did find this band. I've had this band on my list for like 4 or 5 episodes, but I just haven't found the appropriate time to play it. And this band is cool because they do a couple of things. They're hardcore, then they left field it, and then they end it fucking tight.
Your eyes lit up when you said that, so I feel like I'm very excited.
I will say this, and you know, we all have different roles with this whole podcast. Like RJ deals with the people. I don't want to do that. I do like I like being the ghost and like editing and doing all the, but I also like finding bands. Like I do enjoy that because I didn't do that until we had this podcast. Like now I'm like, dude, there is cool shit out there. I mean, you know, the internet has been around since Al Gore made it. So it's like, you know, so I found this band like several episodes ago, but man, it just, you know, I had face paint on. It was stupid. But this band is called Glorious Wounds.
Okay.
And the song is called With the Fishes. And
real fast, do you want to try to guess what genre this is? Just
don't get it's
No, let him guess.
right.
Okay, so it's called Glorious Wounds and Swimming with the Fishes, and that's your visual.
Okay, so that gives me Ends of Sanity. I don't know, vibes. Like it's like a lot of
the
hardcore,
same font kind of deal.
Yeah, a lot of hardcore bands like this is an ancient Greek statue fighting people. Yeah, you see exactly. It's the exact fucking same thing.
That. Like, wait, there it is. I love that thing. Fuck you, Depop. I'll get you.
That bass tone, golly.
I love this shit.
Where are they from?
I don't know. I haven't had much time today. I just love this. The high tune, like the standard tune guitar. The curveball's coming.
Yeah, that's good.
I love a good arc font. I just love it. I don't know what it is about it.
Where'd that come from?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Fuck your feelings, fuck your life. Ooh, that was cool chord.
Very thrash. Midnight. Love it.
Cold hand
Oh. This is the curveball.
wrapped around your neck. Fire burning rapidly.
Dude, I'm so glad we got to play this band tonight.
God, that Poison the Well talk
Never
thing.
meant
Poison the Well talk thing.
Yeah.
So my top 10.
to tell my
Top
friends
3.
I'm sorry.
This is cool.
You picked me down for the last time. The last time.
See, that's a breakdown right there.
It's the wall breakdown. Dude, how cool is this? I love this so much.
It's got everything that you would want. It's like black metal-y.
I like how his vocals are different, right? And like,
It has a late career Poison the Well vibe to it too, which I love. Huh?
The last time.
Could be. Yeah.
What?
Is this who's the vocalist?
I don't know.
It's great. This is great.
I found them a couple weeks ago and I just love it. And sometimes I play stuff that has, oh God,
Glorious
Wounds.
I can't believe I don't know how to spell glorious.
Gee, I had to add the O.
They're from Rhode Island,
Yeah, very good.
All right, dude.
and it's a girl that sings.
Is it a 4-piece?
It is a 4-piece.
Nice.
That's nuts.
Awesome.
And the dude is playing bass with his hands.
That's how you know it's good.
That's how you know it's good. I saw Shakers. That is one of the best bass players in Florida.
I didn't.
Hands
Justin,
down.
can you just type in Cannibal Corpse, Hammer Smash Face, 1998.
Justin, enhance. Enhance.
In his defense, that keyboard sucks.
Said 1998.
Yeah. Because I don't want to see the new ones. This is garbage. Yeah, that first one right there.
This is definitely our last song of the night. Before we go,
You can fast
I
forward
want to
a
shout
little
out
bit.
to all you for coming out.
No, go back. Right here.
Is that Corpse Grinder jumping?
Yeah.
He's like 100 pounds lighter.
I don't think it's needs to take that anymore.
Right here.
It's Primus, dude.
Okay, first of all, Alex Webster is not only one of the greatest metal bassists of all time, that motherfucker knows more about music than everyone.
I still can't believe I just saw Corpse Grinder jump.
Yeah.
Like I don't think his
He didn't jump when I was there.
Yeah.
That was 2000.
I don't. Yeah, dude. That guy's a solid wall of human now. Like he's like.
That's also the best way to like introduce your last song. This is definitely gonna be our last song.
They got a brand. And,
We've been playing for 2 hours. We're done.
dude, Cannibal Corpse is one of those bands. Like I don't care what album comes out, it's always good.
It honestly, I have it. I love it.
Well, you know what to expect, right?
Yeah,
like,
dude. But it's every even like this the new guy, right? The guy who was in
Eric Rudin, he was in Hate Eternal.
In Hate Eternal, like
He left the band.
did he really?
No, he hasn't left yet, but his house got destroyed in the hurricane.
Oh, well, poor guy.
Yeah.
You
There's
know-
a GoFundMe. He's raised well enough, buddy.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
good.
He's
ever since the guitar player got arrested.
yeah, like the guitarist of that band did
Pat-
not have really.
Dude, HMHD free Pat shirts. Oh, dude, he only had human skulls and pipe bombs in his garage. No, free them.
Isn't that legal in the state of Florida?
It's recommended actually.
No,
Welcome to the state of Florida. Here's your free gun
dude, if
pipe bomb
Ron
and human
DeSantis
skull.
came out there and goes, every Floridian should have a pipe bomb. No,
No?
check.
That's dude, but honestly, like going back to like the mixture of a lot of people don't like their hardcore with metal, like death metal. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
like oh, I don't like these hardcore kids trying to write death metal, like Vomit Forth or
Vomit Forth fucking rules.
oh, dude,
Pause real quick. Sorry, dude, Ben.
Skip.
I'm sorry. Yesterday, well, Sunday, Ben got me on the guest list to be backstage for his show in Tampa with Black Dahlia Murder, one of my favorite bands. I didn't go. I couldn't go. Sorry, buddy. Thank you for at least doing that.
dude, that band fucking rips. But a lot
Vomit
of people
Forth
are like,
rules, dude.
or like Sandwich Sugar Bug, or a lot of those things. People are like, I don't like these hardcore.
That's
bands making-"
slam. But yeah, still.
But like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like. You're gonna nerd me on fucking subgenres here? Like,
Yes, you will.
It's not death metal.
Listen,
it's like
according
slam
to
music.
TikTok, we are elitists,
We are elitists. Yeah.
which is actually bullshit because
Bullshit.
This
No,
guy-
say
this
it the way
guy-
say it the way you're supposed to say it.
hardcore elitist Kratos.
No
What?
bullshit. Say bullshit.
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 So
love the way you say
RJ does not like death metal at all.
Not a
Even
big,
a little bit?
No,
Not a big fan.
But since this podcast, he'll play me something. That's definitely. So then we
adjacent at least.
saw 200 stab wounds at FYA a couple years ago.
Fucking band rips.
Dude, he's like, dude, this is the best part of the night.
Yeah, what was so upsetting about watching them live is how little effort they were able to put into being absolutely fantastic.
Well, that's metal, guys.
Yeah,
That's metal.
dude, they were just absolute ripping in a
There's no effort in the
and they're
power
just
chord.
like, whatever, get my hair out of the way. Like it was
So,
just like insane.
I saw their first show in Columbus, Ohio.
Really?
After COVID was like winding down, Sandwich Sugar Bog, Inoculation, and Mutilated, and a bunch of other bands were going to do a show in an abandoned firehouse in Columbus. And so
Sounds pretty metal.
I got on a plane and went, and by myself.
You don't have kids, do you?
No.
You fucking asshole.
Sorry. Sorry.
I like how Justin laughed. I can't do shit.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I know that typically as a Floridian hardcore kid, I should have 3, but I don't. And whatever, you could cut that joke if you want.
No, I'm gonna make that 10 times louder.
Yeah.
You know, all the kids they make it like whatever.
Well, I mean, dude, I love kids. I want kids. It's just that anyway. Let's not go down that road.
So you flew into
Don't worry, you'll figure it out eventually.
No, I'm just this. I like to fidget. I'm pretty autistic. So
no way.
pretty agnostic.
Yeah, I'm considered on the spectrum. And I'm okay with that. But so I went there and they were all like 16, 17. This is like maybe 3 or 4.
All
they're
long hair.
They're fucking still young right now, but like, my God, they ripped. And like the thing that makes you never want to pick up an instrument again is that the lead singer is also playing all the guitar.
It's insane.
Leads and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just like,
we're watching it. I go, they're absolutely better.
You know what? I will say this, and to a lot of so for example, like if I had a kid, like when I do, but you know, she's not interested in guitar. She wants to dance, and I'm gonna. You want to dance? Oh, I'll let you dance. You know, we're gonna do that. But it's like
Mighty Boston's had a guy who danced. You know.
Yeah, but not the same thing. That's beaker stuff.
Right.
It's like if I had a kid right now that wanted to play guitar, it's like no, we'll learn some death metal. Because if you can learn to play that,
do you want him to suffer?
No, but if you learn that shit, bro, there's nothing you can't play.
Like, Dad, I want to see the piano. All right, the first thing you're gonna do is Moonlight.
No, piano. No. Piano makes more money. You play piano. There you go.
No.
I don't know.
All right, so
Tiger Woods.
Do you have another one or?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is
Keep going.
This is Indonesia.
Ooh.
So the name of the band is called Blame.
I know Blame.
Do you?
They're rad, dude.
Dude, fucking
Blame is fucking.
So the name of the song is Bitter Fact. And what drew me to them was the cover, right?
Right.
I'm a window shopper too.
So basically a lot of people don't know this, but like therapists, like 75 to 80% of our job is not actually talking to patients. It's paperwork. I have to do so much paperwork. So what I'll do is I'll put on a playlist, and you know, this was on the top of the playlist, this cover, and it's like, it said Indonesian hardcore. And I'm like, fuck it. And because this looks rad as shit. And then I heard it and I was like, this is everything I've ever loved in hardcore all in one little bit.
The bitter fact is that you're crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, this
Not you, the patients.
This is so good. And again, back to what we were originally saying, they have like 50 monthly listeners.
That's ridiculous.
And if this band was from like fucking Connecticut, they would be the biggest. They would be bigger than Pain of Truth.
Dude, I'm so glad you played them because they're in my folders.
Fucking love this band.
This band rules, dude.
Just fucking play it, Justin. Jesus Christ. I like.
Fuck off.
Love you.
The only 8-ball tattoo I'd ever get would be this one.
That'd be sick.
That's actually a pretty sick leg sleeve.
The whole thing is fucking rad.
Welcome to Epcot.
It's coming.
Which reminds me of War Hungry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. War Hungry. I love
Fucking rule. They played FYA a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They're so.
I think I've heard this one before. That's why I saved it for RJ because he loves that kind of riff.
I fucking love me.
It's like Southern adjacent, right? It's like right there. It's like, oh, you like Pantera?
Yeah.
This is Ride the Lightning all the way.
100%.
This is metal.
One of my favorite bands of all time is Cruel Hand. I love me a Metallica hardcore band.
To a T.
The heavy reverb, you know,
I love it. They're like sick.
Dude, 14-year-old me learning Metallica riff top line.
There it is.
The Switch? Yeah. That's the best part.
It's the crossover shit that I love.
Me too.
Which is, it's not a crossover. They used to do that. solo on the
So
podcast.
groovy. Wait till he starts singing.
Love how dry that is.
But there's also, you don't need high gain. Dude, there's no gain on those guitars.
Great.
But the riff is tight, though. That's what matters.
I don't want fears to freeze
Oh, shit. Fucking Fu Manchu.
Fucking love it. Love it.
I have a soft spot for this shit.
The bitterness of fate, let it flow through my veins.
I can put this on the garage and just do what I'm doing. 100% rock out.
This pairs well with Sweat and Sawdust. You know what I'm saying?
The best part about this, it was not fast at all. This song is not fast. It's slow. It's heavy.
It's the Yellow Pen.
The fade out.
Dude. So like right out the bat, like when we saw War Hungry at FYA, that was the first time I ever like listened to him.
War Hungry rules.
And I go, this is like the best thing.
It's great.
This is so great.
Remember the first time we listened to him?
The recordings did not do it justice.
No, they don't. They really don't.
No, I remember we were in the drive-thru at Taco Bell.
Yep. I was just like,
the recordings just not do it justice.
but when they hit, I didn't stop the entire time, dude. Because like they're not a Southern band, but it's Southern adjacent to me, like to where it's like very Pantera, like it's that, like what you were saying, like it's just dry. Dun, dun, dun,
you
like
the pentatonic
yes
style of
They could easily tour with any hardcore band or like I Hate God or something very NOLA.
Listen to Big Truck.
Yeah.
Big ass truck.
Yeah, big ass
dude.
truck.
They just played
dude, big ass truck. Fucking
big ass truck.
Dude, I just love
yeah, dude. They just played somewhere. Oh, golly.
at a truck stop.
They're from Bali.
Wait, this band?
That band's from Bali. No, Big Ass Truck is not from Bali.
They're from NASCAR 500.
Yeah, no. Big Ass Truck is from, I think, man, I don't want to fuck that up. California?
Just say California.
Where they don't have big ass trucks? Or do they?
Oh, they do.
You know what I'm going to miss the most?
Food? Central Air.
It's not the food, man. It's like the reality of the situation is having the options to go and eat food that I want. Because it sounds like really cool when you get told like, oh, you don't have to pay for food, but
yeah, but the food provided is not.
Remember, dude, it's a chow hall and a military base, and then at the end of the day, you got to look at it like how many times are they going to change up the food? You know,
when it runs out and they do something else.
So by month 6, I'll be like, oh, it's fucking Sloppy Joe Day again. Yeah. Fuck yeah, you'll be like,
you're eating high school food forever.
Sloppy Joe.
Kind of what you're doing,
dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway. Pizza bread at high
Friday
school.
was pizza day, the best day of the week. It always came with fries and a side of refried beans. I like the Aquabats. That's the only ska band that I'll fucking like ever.
Wasn't Travis in that band?
Yeah, he sure was.
I know.
That's the album that he was in.
That's right. Yeah.
Whose
turn is it?
Does the booth guy get anything?
He gets a song at the end of the episode.
At the end, and it's usually the best one.
Yeah. My next band is called the band's called Seek Misery.
God, that's being married.
And the song is called Let the Angels Take Me. Also like being married.
That's what I asked.
Literally, you've been just doing like, you've just been giving us like sweet dad joke songs. This next song is called My Credit Card's Going Through Amazon. Oh, God.
Outdoor Angels.
This is hard.
It's obviously like a huge production, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sounds rad.
This is hard.
I don't have to look for it. It's right here. This is also the Los Angeles national anthem.
This was like Justin in high school.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, I was seeking a lot of misery.
Anybody getting the Acacia strain a little bit?
A little bit, yeah, for sure. It's a little bit more like.
This is almost a little bit more Nordic.
Yeah.
Oceano.
The clean vocal mixed in there, you hear it? Like, that's cool as fuck.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, me too. Dude, good pick, man. Fuck. So good.
This is the song that plays when I'm pulling your truck out of the mud and I rip your bumper off. Sorry, nerd.
So pissed.
When I'm maxing out on a 1 rep PR, I like.
It's definitely this is the song I want playing in the background.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Wolf Heart?
Yeah.
I like this. Yeah.
This part makes the song.
It's like almost chorusy,
The
right?
weird melodic, yeah, dude, it's great.
Once again, seeing something like this live would be like super sick.
I almost wouldn't even want to mosh. I'd want to see it.
Just like
Yeah, the
hearing it there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like that, to me, I would say Wolf Heart, like that Norwegian, like kind of apocalyptic metal.
Apocalyptic,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like the end of the world.
I know there's subgenres, you can judge me, I don't care, but...
God, I love that background vocal.
It's almost like Satanic Deftones.
Fuck. Gave you heartburn. That's how heavy it is.
I have heartburn.
So slow.
Oh, and they slowed it down even more. Oh, slow it down again. Oh, they did.
Seek Misery.
That was fucking awesome, dude.
It's such a huge sound.
Yeah.
And that, like, look, I think you made a really cool comment towards, like, I don't know if I even would want to mosh and just fucking watch it and just, like, take it all in. It sounds like it'd be, like, a fucking experience, man.
The Acacia Strain put out that weird album that wasn't, like, a moshy album. It was, like, the
Darude Sandstorm.
Darude
Sorry.
Sandstorm. It comes in waves or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was, like, I saw they played that song back. They played that album, the whole entire album. And it was, like, I was like, man, this is great because, like, yeah, I like the heavy, but being able to hear, like, this weird melodic-y, like, it's super cool. I like that album a lot. I like this a lot.
That reminded me, like, one of my favorite, like, I don't get, like, too crazy into, like, the Norwegian stuff or, like, the black metal or whatever, but one of my favorite bands is Wolf Heart. And, like, they're kind of like, I don't want to say the radio-friendly version because that's not the right term, but, like, they're accessible. Like, they have their epic parts, they have the big vocals, but the guitars are layered crazy.
Yeah.
And that reminded me a lot of that, and I love it.
Yeah, it was good.
Makes me want to listen to Wolf Heart now.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
While you're over at lambgo.com, make sure you use our code HMHD. With that, you'll get no comments. You get no ads.
All the comments.
And you get
You get all the anonymous comments where you can say all sorts of horrible shit on the
absolutely.
But that's why we all go to Lambgo.
That's true.
You're allowed to bully. Comment embeds, dark mode. You get a percentage off by using our code HMHD. We know you won't do it, but try to. Lamb Goat, thank you.
You what I love about those guys is like I really was glad that I got to hang out with Dylan. Dylan's like, just fucking post a shit. Who cares?
Who cares?
I love it. I love it so much. And I have to go to work tomorrow.
I have to, dude. Tomorrow's the fucking saddest day of my life.
It's your last day.
Yeah, it's my last day in Florida for a long time. I'm actually kind of teary a little bit. Like, honestly, like, I don't want to cry on camera, but like.
Well, thanks for being here with us tonight.
Buddy, I can't tell you how much I love your podcast. And the other part about it is that this is probably going to help me go through a lot of this loneliness that you get from being in a place like that. Because until you make friends, until you really like push through that, you're very lonely. I was like that in the military. I remember that when I got to my first duty station in San Diego, I was stuck in like the night where you like unpack everything and you're sitting there in your dorm, in your barracks room, and you're like, I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
once
like
it's
alone.
6 in, right?
And
like,
you can get out and like, you know who I listened to like the Deftones. That's how sad I was.
that's a big set time.
I put on like Saturday Night Wrist, and I just walked around base, and I was like, this is it. And sure, I'll make friends, but like in a month, I'm a pretty social person, you know, like I'll make friends and do stuff like that. But I'll tell you this much, man, is that like this is a taste of home, and I'm really excited to be able to spend my last couple hours with you guys.
I'm really glad that you reached out to us. And like when you told me, when I saw the news, like because you posted on your story, I was like, wait. We were just talking about you moving closer to me. And then you did that. And I was just like, oh, bond. But then you told me about the opportunity you have. And it's all about setting yourself up for the future. And I think this is a great, setup. Yeah, you're sacrificing a little bit.
No, he's not. He's doing cool things.
No, but he's sacrificing time.
No,
right?
I know. But he's also doing awesome things for other people too.
No, I'll tell you this much, man. Like being able to go there and not be a military member, but help out a lot of dudes. Because like Kwajalein is like, it looks like kind of to me what happens to you is that when you're in the army, you have to go to war, right? That's like part of it. But then you get to like do like chill assignments like a Kwajalein or like a home base, right? It sounds like to me that's what that is.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of dudes probably there, but I don't know.
But it's also like you said that like when you're serving and you were talking to somebody, you wish that you had someone a little bit more like you
100%
versus someone that's like 30, 40 years out of whatever. So it's like you're, to me, relevant to where like, oh, I can probably connect to you a little bit easier just by like looking at you. I mean, we don't have a lot of FaceTime, but dude, we hung out and I was even talking to my wife about it. I'm like, dude, I like made a great friend and like, it's just like, I feel like you're from the same stem as me. And we were talking about like products of our mothers and stuff like that. I truly feel like I, have some of my dad, but also because like, my mother impacted me in such a good way to where I know that your mom has too. So.
Yeah, not to get really emotional or like sappy or anything, but like the other reason why I took this job is because my mom has cleaned houses since I was fucking 7 years old. And my mom's looking for another job. And so what I did is I went to TD Bank and I opened up an account with her in it. And I told her, you don't get a second job. I'm going to be making this money. I'm going to be doing this. Take $1,000 out of every paycheck. Take $500 out of every paycheck. And I gave her my car. She's going to sell her car to CarMax. Like, and that's all I ever really wanted, man. This opportunity is more...
Give it back, right?
I want to give back to her, man. Yeah. And like, I'm trying to get her to Colombia so she can go back to live with her family and stuff like that. I want to be able to do so much. And so, like, we talked a little bit about this, and you can cut this out or whatever. I don't give a shit.
No,
like,
I'm not going to cut it out.
No. But the reality is like, some people have called me a tryhard, right? And like, some people have said that like, I'm like... too much, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, man? Because I love my life. You
could say it from the Marshall Islands.
Yeah, I can.
Like I'm literally quitting a band. Dude, you know how hard it would be for me to not play guitar again?
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's a lot, man.
Tyler was a little mad, but I think that he gets it. I think that the other part about it too is that like,
but Tyler, I've only met him a couple of times, but he seems like a cool enough guy. But dude, if you love somebody, let him go. You know what I'm saying? Let them do what they're going to do. And,
And you're going to come back, dude. It's not going to be like...
That's who I am, dude, is that, like, look, I'm not a perfect person. Like,
he ain't coming back. Once you go out, you ain't coming back.
No, so this is the other thing, dude. Like, so talking about, like what he said is, like, I actually like it up here. I like it up here a lot. Yeah. And my whole entire plan is this, is that when I come back, whether it's a year or 2 years, I'm going to come back with at least, like, 80 to 100 grand in the bank. I'm just gonna move up here and then like and I won't have to worry like, oh, I gotta find a job right away. Like, like yeah, like it'll be like, okay, let me set up my stuff.
It's a slower pace up here, yeah, for sure.
So, but that's the other thing, man, is because like I want to, like, it sounds like being traveling and stuff like that is real cool, but I want to settle down. I want to get a wife. I want to get a kid. Like, I want to do that stuff, and I think this is going to be a really good opportunity for me to be able to provide a life for them when I get back.
And also to like shine light onto like the haters that are talking about like you being a tryhard or you're too much or your personality. Exactly. That's your answer right there. No.
Fuck them.
No, and we talked about it over coffee.
Who cares?
We talked about it over coffee. It's just a level of insecurities that they have to where they probably look at somebody like you like, man, I don't have that. Like, I'm very much in the same way to where like I like can talk to anybody and like I will talk to anybody and like I mean just like fucking with the Starbucks employees or like the Tilly's employees or whatever, just like it's doesn't take that much time to try to just make someone smile for a second.
It doesn't.
Like, who cares? Like,
it doesn't get any. Your hardcore cred doesn't get any lower or any higher if you're like a dickhead,
dude.
You know what I'm
just
saying?
The fact that if you worry about hardcore cred, like you're a fucking loser anyway.
Or like,
so,
I can't say that stuff on. Like, now, granted, like there's a fine line, right?
But there's definitely a line.
But like when I go on stage and I make jokes and like talk about like stupid shit, it's because like, dude, my life is great. Like I have a good life. You know what it is too? It's people who haven't struggled and haven't been through some really tough times that want to fucking be like hard.
Bingo.
I don't want to be hard. I want to tell my friends I love them.
Whoa, hold on a second. It's the people that haven't experienced hardship that complain the most.
Dude, it sucks.
Weird.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like,
No,
you know what's
stupid.
really crazy? Like, I don't want to live in the hood anymore. You know, like, I don't want to fucking be hard. I want to tell my friends I love them. I want to be able to go out and fucking have coffee with my friends and make those fucking, you know, like those girls at fucking Starbucks probably hate their lives. It's a fucking Tuesday and they have to
Sucks,
be,
dude.
You know, like, you know, it doesn't take anything
Yeah.
to fucking love somebody. And like, I'm so tired of that shit, dude, because like, even like my favorite,
wasted energy.
talking about Trapped Under Ice, you know how many songs he has where he talks about loving his brothers and like fucking, and living life and stuff like that? Because that's my favorite part about Trapped Under Ice is like, see God, right? That song is like, if you see God, tell him that I'm still alive. Gave up on loaded prayers because they couldn't provide. And like, then there's a song about loving like unity and like loving his life and like being like a criminal and stuff like that. And you, dude, like that stuff is great because like I said, like, you know, like fucking 14 years ago, I was smoking crack underneath a bridge. And now like I have the I am a master's level licensed clinical social worker who's about to go do therapy on the opposite end of the world.
That's awesome, dude.
You know, I didn't think 14 years ago this was going to happen for me. So when a person tells me that I try hard or that I'm too much or that I'm this, I'm like, fuck you, eat a dick and go fucking go be a dickhead. Like, you know, like go be a tough guy, hardcore guy.
Yeah.
No,
Go be sad somewhere.
obviously, you know, I mean, a lot of us can't, you know, compete with that story, but it's like the same thing. It's like, dude, you know, I bitch about working 80 hours a week. I bitch about doing all this stuff. It's like, dude, my daughter's turning 5. Like, all we want to do is take her to Disney. It's like, dude, I will work the overtime just to take her, to have her that moment. You know,
That's what makes you a good dad, dude.
no, you're doing well.
It's all sacrifice.
We all need to do something, but
Stop, man, because you know how many dads would be like, I'm not going to take her to fucking Disney World. I've been working 80 hours a week. You're like, no, I'm going to. You know what you remind me of? Have you ever seen that picture of that coal miner who took his son to the basketball game wearing the coal miner uniform? Like he got off
dude, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's beautiful, man, because yeah, you work so fucking hard and you're like,
I don't work that hard.
If you work 80 hours a week, I don't give a shit if your job is to watch YouTube.
I'm just there. I don't know.
Stop downplaying yourself.
Yeah, dude. Fuck that. You're a fucking great dude.
You're clocking in and you're clocking out. There's some of these dads that don't even do clocking.
you're gonna make
so like
Yeah,
I'm gonna make you cry on the podcast.
just don't. This is heavy dads.
It's only happened once and never happen again.
Heavy music, heavy dads, but it's heavy because of emotion.
That's
not
what I'm
because
saying.
They're both you.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I love about this podcast is like, dude, like we're just fucking hanging out. We talk shit. We play music, and we always love having guests because you know it does get hard sometimes because sometimes there's less than a week between all three of us, and we nothing happens sometimes, So it's cool it's definitely cool to talk to people, and I'm definitely not military. I'm not a veteran, but I do have a lot of friends that suffer from a lot of bullshit, and one of my coworkers who I love dearly, and dude, the VA is not helping him, dude.
No, dude,
we're not gonna get in the VA. We're not gonna get in the VA because that's a whole other.
Yep.
So that's an emotional conversation that fucking sucks. But the fact that you're volunteering to go and do that's cool, man. I appreciate that.
Does Booth Boy have emotions?
I do, yeah.
Are you allowed to have emotions?
That dude cries all the time.
Is he
Yeah,
here?
no, I'm super emotional.
He cries all the time. I can make him cry. Do you want me to make him cry?
No.
Yeah, no, I just my job is to kind of let you guys do your thing and find my time to say something. But dude, I mean, I would say, Vinnie, I mean, take the positive aspect of what you're going to do and ride with that. I think that's what you're doing, probably, right? That's why you're going.
Oh, 100%. I mean, no, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
it's really the money, but like
but you're giving.
It's definitely the money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here trying to be a fucking saint, but I think at the other end of the spectrum is that it really attracted me going to this island to be able to help military members.
I will say this, and this has nothing to do with military or anything, but my dad has come. He came. He's in this country. He's an immigrant. Whatever. He barely knows I play guitar. He's never come to see me play guitar. He's never done any of that stuff. But no matter what I wanted for Christmas, you want a guitar? He got me a guitar. Whenever I'm in trouble, he's bailed me out. He's done all that stuff. So the only thing that I can think of, is, well, I'm going to be him. So I get why you're doing what you're doing.
No, 100%, man.
Because you know what? Because my dad don't know thing. He don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, you're this close. The only thing I could do is just be that person, for my kid.
Growing up, I didn't have my father, right? My father came to America with me and my mom, and he's like, nah, fuck this, I'm going back to my country. And we're like, well, we're not going. And my mom struggled really hard to get here. And hardcore gave me a place where I could find my father figures. I actually got to be really good friends with one of my father figures, Pete, mean Pete, Peter Kowalski, and he got me through a lot of shit when I was before. Yeah, dude, before I even met him, like remembering never, like White Devil, like I never saw my mother cry while she was working the 5 to 9. Like, dude, like the dude like literally spoke things for me when I was feeling that. And I actually got to meet him and I got to be his best friend. And when I was my first year sober, I slept on his couch. He was really good with my friends. And like, I'll tell you this much, I was like joking. I didn't, like we parted ways throughout the years and stuff like that. And he moved to Atlanta and I didn't know that it was that bad. And I remember joking around with him about, I wanted his, so Remembering Never had a test press that it was ODB on the cover. And I remember texting him and be like, yo, where's that?
You already mentioned White Devil, which is, I think, one of my favorite songs by Remembering Never.
That whole record front to back is brilliant.
Again, God Save Us, top 10.
100%.
God Save Us. And I don't always agree or disagree with, what made me Pete, but dude, his lyrical fucking dude, motherfucker had lyrics, dude. The motherfucker,
how to punch you, dude.
He was a talent, dude.
We won't have like the other thing about Mean Pete that was really amazing is that we won't have somebody like that lyrically,
not for a while,
not dude, like because it's the subjects that he touched upon, like an incision, which he talked about, like about being comfortable in your own body or a lot of different things. Like he touched upon these things that sure was heavy, sure we'd like to mosh, but like fuck man, like when you read that lyric sheet, I know a bunch of dudes that became vegan because of Pete, like and what I would say is that like he was my dad.
I know the lyric. I know the lyric.
He was my dad, like he was like a father figure. He was like a person. And so like, that's the other thing, dude, is that like hardcore gave me something that was unattainable.
Yeah.
Right. Because my mom also had like a really bad streak of dating really shitty men. And so, and some of them were all right and some of them weren't. But I always had these guys that would like tell me what to do, like these figures of how to behave. And that's like the other thing too, is that like 7 Star, I remember like talking about that, or even like Comeback Kid. I remember when Wake the Dead first came out and this guy was like, dude, just keep your head up, keep moving forward. Like
that's all you can do, man.
Yeah.
That's really all you can do, dude. I mean, it's just
I'm sick of the hardcore tough guy like fucking persona bullshit.
Some of that stuff is cool because I'll tell you this.
Don't get me wrong. I would love to just go up to somebody and be like, I would love to do that to somebody. I would love to.
See how I didn't flinch at all?
Well, the table won't break. This table flew out of a truck and it's still here.
Jesus.
On 520. Yeah.
On 520. And they almost caused the closed out. No, but it is cool because one of the things that I like about the spot, and I'm sorry, I forget his name. What's his name?
Who, Zeke or
the guy that books all the shows for the spot?
Oh, the dude with the dreads?
Yeah.
The playground drug dealer dude?
Yeah. Which
I don't know his name, but he's fucking sick.
Yeah, he's sick.
He knew every lyric to my band. It was fucking
Zeal. Yeah.
God, it sucks that we don't know that dude's name because he's so fucking cool.
Either way,
I'm friends with him on Facebook.
I know.
What's cool about the spot is that he's doing the same thing. He's creating a safe haven. Like, no, listen, This is where hardcore is going to be. Metal, hardcore, whatever.
All age show, dude. Yeah.
And you know what? That's why you see little kids at your show, and that's why you see that shit. I used to stick it in my bedroom window to go to metal shows when I was a little kid. Fucking Ground Zero in Merritt Island.
Wow.
I know some people might know that, but probably
I
not.
saw For the Fallen Dreams there.
Really?
It was sick.
Back when they were good.
At Ground Zero in Merritt Island?
Yep.
No way.
Yep. I talked to
Wait, which Ground Zero are we talking about? Because what I'm talking about was a computer lab.
I don't remember. I was really young. It was up here. It was up here somewhere.
Yeah.
And it was a hardcore venue. And For the Fallen Dreams was doing like it wasn't like a support. It wasn't a big tour. It was like them by themselves when Changes first came out.
Oh, this is way after that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe not. But I remember.
You know what? I think you're right. That there was a venue called Ground Zero. Ground Zero was like a back when like AOL came out.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Where like people could go to like and just like use the computer.
Oh, what's it called? Internet bar?
Like Internet Lab.
Internet bar. Yeah. Now, people do sketchy shit there.
Yep.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. They also do metal hardcore shows.
Yeah. Please ignore the man beating off to really weird porn in the background.
You know what I would love if I was in a hardcore band right now and like I looked out into a sea of people and I saw a bunch of kids moshing. I don't want it to happen, but if there was like some guy beating off like on a Macintosh, like that's fucking,
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck are you doing?
Whatever, dude. Dude, my favorite, the craziest shit about hardcore is like all the fucking crazy shit that happens at the shows. Like I remember one time I went to fucking
at that spot show, they were throwing fucking fireworks in the pit,
dude.
Cool.
Or at Churchill's, they were this dude was moshing and the fucking his gun slipped out of his. He was like, oopsie, and he like put it back in.
We now entered the point of the podcast where we allow the booth boy to play one song. The booth boy has been sitting there in his little fucking cave. What's so funny, Justin?
Is it all that
Nothing.
remains?
It's hard. I wish I could play Four Winds Away.
Yeah, I did.
I know. I wish I could play them this week because I think we'd all cry if I played that this week.
Yep.
But
I haven't cried in over 3 years.
Last time I cried because of a band, it was These Pianos Are Teeth song.
Ooh.
And
Pianos Become the Teeth?
Yeah, Pianos Become the Teeth. And it was actually it was about 3 years ago. I'm not big into that music, right? Like,
no, I'm not either, but I remember that.
I had to help my mom put down her dog, and there was like that was her best fucking friend, this dog. And it was
I'm thinking about that right now.
Yeah, and there was a music video of the guy crying in the fucking van or in the truck, and he's like crying and yelling, and like it's about him and his dog, and he walks his dog on the beach and stuff like that, and then he has to put his dog down.
The best sunset, yeah.
And it was through like when I wanna shine, and I'm like, dude, fuck you, you're making us all cry because you didn't.
And he's like, I know.
It's not even a person; it's like a dog. Like that's that thing that they love you.
I'm getting close to that, I think.
Damn, dude, I'm sorry.
It does suck
because they're especially when you come home from work and like you have
he don't bark at me, he barks at y'all.
Yeah, he like comes up to you and licks you. He's like, "You're my best friend." I'm like,
well, no, he doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, well.
No, I do love my dog though, but he's I think it's getting close. But
man, we start talking about feelings.
Yeah.
What happened? All right, Booth Boy,
you're off the.
All right, Booth Boy,
take us away before we all start crying.
So this is California. This is Biology. Came out 10 days ago. This is that classic metalcore Boundaries. Just doing it right, tight, sounds good.
Came out 10 days ago.
Yes, sir.
Boundaries?
No.
Oh,
Bowdy.
Oh, okay.
Is the name of the song All That Remains?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I was like,
All that.
This song is called Six. No, I'm sorry.
Just as funny. Ooh. Justin always finds the songs that he knows I'm gonna fucking like.
God damn it! These vocals are killer, dude. They're so good.
That's actually a really good mix of like the current breakdown trend. please win.
This is probably
that was the perfect transition.
that double bass.
Another perfect transition.
It's like every band that I played with in like 2002.
That is a before my eyes. Sliver of my head. Slowly burn down to ash. Time is red, it's gone. Everything I say will stay the same.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it, boys. That'll get the chorus. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
That's how you do metalcore right there.
I knew it was coming. I was like,
They say this will last forever. Then why does this feel forever?
shout out to the artist that made the album cover because you know just as much about Photoshop as I do.
God, dude, this is so good.
It's awesome, dude. You better get some weight. You better get some weight. That's it? Oh, motherfucker,
Keep what you get.
Dude, honestly, but that's the, what is it? 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Perfect.
230, yeah.
230, perfect, because it keeps you wanting more.
They didn't
It's
feel like
heavy.
there's so much in that 230, right?
Yeah, because it's enough. Yeah, I think that if they would have added another breakdown to the end of it, it would have been too much.
Agreed. Agreed.
Well, because I automatically assume that they're going to slow it down.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying? Like, but they didn't do that, so I don't know. That's
And
awesome.
that's from California?
California,
West
10 days
Coast,
ago, they
yeah.
released 2 songs and they ripped, dude. It's-
How'd you find that, Justin?
I don't, dude,
matter
on my
anymore.
travels, every time you ask me, I give you the same fucking answer, dude.
it's crazy. But that's like
On
the
my
other-
walk through life, dude.
So I really hope that like that band's fucking incredibly talented.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that sound right now is so on par with like what the fuck is popping. Like it's so fucking good.
It's very interesting to see it because I played with this band. I'm sure, like back in 2002,
Right,
2003.
exactly,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Look, but that whole thing is coming back. It is coming back, but it's like it's so good.
It's so good.
You know what I really like that I hope that like comes back to? Minor clean vocals.
Okay.
Like that happening and they're like, is it?
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
We
had 2 bands from the last episode that did that.
Regrowth kind of did that in that one song where we were both going like this. Like, yeah, that's
You know that-
subtle, yeah.
Like that new Boundary song where they have clean vocals in it. I was like, this is the perfect because it's not like a catchy hook. It's not like Haste the Day or something like that. Back in those days, it wasn't like it's like a
Subtle
or a
enough
Treyu.
where-
It's like
yeah.
subtle enough where it adds to it, but it's not like
overpowering nothing.
You
or,
need
like-
to listen to the last 4 episodes.
Okay.
Not to us, but just to the bands because multiple bands have done that.
I'm gonna do it.
It's
just for
coming.
you.
It's coming back. Don't do that for me.
It's like that classic metalcore that you think you're in a time machine, and then there's like Deftones chorus.
Right.
Well, it's
That's great.
so
Yeah.
it's so
Man,
weird.
I forgot there's a band that did that like maybe like 5-6 years ago and did it so well.
Dude, they're doing it now.
Dude,
Old Wounds did that too a little bit. where
Old
they-
Wounds was
Yeah,
fuck so
yeah.
good, dude. Like, oh my god, I miss Old. I saw them at War Tour. They were so fucking good.
He was wearing Osiris's.
Was he really?
I don't know.
He was wearing.
I'm just
fishnets.
trying to be topical.
Yeah, he was wearing fishnets.
Yeah.
That dude was wearing fishnets and black lipstick.
Yeah. He was.
He was a hard dude. He's a barber.
Dude, it fucking ruled, dude.
What is it with barbers fucking doing great music?
Shout out Josh Shogun.
Well, I have a job. I
Yeah,
don't
shout
know.
out, shout out Josh Shogun. The cool thing about this sound is like to me, this is a little bit different. But some of the other songs that Drew was talking about, like for the past 5 episodes, is like these were all the opening local bands that just didn't make it after that 2 year. We were talking about every 2 years really means every 2 to 4 years means something. It's a new cycle or
Right.
whatever. And it's like, oh, this was like a love project for that. And then nothing ever happened. Like, what happened to that band? And now that sound is back and it's like on top. Like, it's like such a
Well, it
sweet-
makes me really happy because I remember like maybe in 2000, between 2007 and 2012, like there wasn't as many mixed genre shows and everybody sounded like a youth crew thing. And like, I like, don't get me wrong.
That was pop. You're right.
And don't get me wrong, I like that. But being able to like, for example, go to a deathcore show where there's like a metalcore band and
Yep.
there's like it's I love that stuff. I love that stuff a lot. And then the other part about it is that it makes it incredibly accessible because this stuff is popular.
Yep.
So like things like look, man, I think Knock Loose is great. And I think they're doing so much for the genre because on top of that, they don't just fucking they take out hardcore bands. I saw Rotting Out with Knock Loose. You know how many people were like, probably had never heard of Rotting Out before?
Dude, I saw Rotting Out with Casey Strain 6 or 7 years ago, and
in Tampa.
He's got the best forum
in Orlando, dude. Rotting
Out, the
out,
best forums in the game.
Dude, he's got the
Rotting Out. No, Rotting Out. He's got the best forums in the game,
dude. He's got those fucking traps. He's got no
neck,
dude. He's just like this. Yeah.
I remember last time I saw him, he's like, my feet hurt. And I'm like, that's because you're fucking pushing 350, buddy. And he's like, oh, I'm not that big. And I'm like,
but he's 350, not obese. You know?
But that's the other thing too that I like about Rotting Out. Like the other thing is like I really like respect Wally because honestly, man, we're all human beings, and like people being like, he was doing running drugs. I'm like, yeah, man, he was living what he was. Talking about.
The main word. He was.
Yeah, like the other the other thing too is that like, okay, so did you never hear any of the lyrics that he talked about like how he came from a poor neighborhood and there was gangs and stuff like that? Did you think that was a fucking joke?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like honestly, like Wally, I remember him like doing an interview. I think it was the Van Flip interview with Lambgood. I'm not 100% sure. But he did an interview where he talked about like when they would go out on tour, like he wouldn't have any money because he didn't have any financial backing. So they'd have to steal like Snickers bars and stuff like that from 7-Eleven. People forget like things like Cold as Life and those things like that, like Born to Land Hard. Like
that's real shit.
That's real. Those dudes grew up in 90s Detroit,
bro. Like, but even not to that extent. Like when I was touring when I was a kid, like dude, I packed ravioli and I fucking like dude, we didn't have. There was no guarantee. I remember, and your Spin Cold shout out because this happened. Mitts, not Mitts. I'm sorry, I forgot his name.
Were you in Your Spin Cold?
No, but my first tour I ever did with my old band was with Your Spin Cold.
That's a pretty hard.
And Rose's funeral. So
my shout out fucking Ben Cotton. He's the drummer of that band.
So there was one
crucify.
There was
kill.
There was one time. There was one time we played like a high school gymnasium.
Sick.
And I'm pretty sure they were like band kids, and they let us in illegally.
Sick.
So like halfway through Year Spent Cold, they turned off the lights.
It was started swinging.
Yeah, but they tried to like not give us the money, and like no, you're gonna give us the money.
I forgot what band they had like beef with somebody at a venue, and one of them pulled out a gun, and like that's like the Momentum.
I love Momentum. Dude.
Yeah, and like
wait, no,
they're up there. I just found it.
Oh, there's right there.
I'm just gonna tell you this much, man. If I like not now because like when I was 21 or 22, I had to quit a job to go fucking tour. And if I go all the way to fucking Nebraska and you're not going to pay me my money, someone's going to get hurt. And I'm like not trying to be a tough guy. No, but like, that's my food fair. Money.
Yeah, dude, you got to eat, man.
We'll just cut all that.
Thank you so much.
Talk about your feelings more with your friends.
Yeah.
No, I never do that.
You were so close to crying.
Yeah.
I was going to hug you.
Don't do that.
Why not?
I don't need it.
Oh, come on.
What you just said
exactly what he's saying.
One of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard.
I would bet you I would hug you and you would cry and it would be the best day of your life.
No.
You'll sleep like a baby.
You'd sleep like a baby.
That could be considered a rational thought.
Jessica, can you take a photo?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points. And may God have mercy on your soul.
Do it sideways.
If you don't have the training, it ain't gonna work. You're gonna flop. No one's gonna come over. It's just things are gonna happen.
What is